Chapter 3 Fireball.
Oh, good.
Welcome, everyone, to DieFall Presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist, episode 12. It's been a couple weeks, as it is right now, for us doing any of these shows. We have some time in between episodes because it's summer and everyone's freaking busy. So that being said, what has everyone been busy with? Bravo. I know it's been super exciting where you live currently, but not necessarily for, like, super positive reasons. So, Hey, tell us about it. What's happening over there in the California?
It's just getting a little shaky. It's getting a little having a good time. Death Valley's just cracking her back. It's no big deal. Everyone's freaking out about something that's totally normal, and it's good that it's happening because we get these moderate ones frequently. It means we're not going to get a big one, which is impossible. But and I won't go into the geology of the San Andreas fault line, but because that'll be 5 hours. It's just been a good, fun time. We were in a beautiful fish restaurant in Santa Barbara, and straight up, I think I'm like P-wave sensitive, like a dog, because I grabbed the table and I'm like, Mom, there's an earthquake, and Mom's like, no, I don't feel anything. Oh, and then the whole restaurant started doing this. It was pleasant and exciting. It was fun. It was a ripple wave. You could tell it was miles and miles and miles away. But boy, you could tell who was Californian and who wasn't by who got up and dashed out the restaurant and who sat there and finished their drinks. It was a very, very fun time. So no, earthquakes just be happening. I'd rather have an earthquake than a hurricane. So.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was just like, I've never been in an earthquake, so I don't know if hurricanes are worse or whatever. I literally leave the city every year because of hurricanes. So, like, I have to, like, go be a refugee for, like, a week every year. They build it into our work schedule. Like, we have 5 days of shutdown time that are allotted every year by the company due to hurricanes.
Ooh, yeah. See, you'll just be walking to work, sitting at your desk. The last one that I was in, I was on a cot at work, and it was a rubber band one that I call. So when all the pressure builds up and then it snaps forward, and I got shot out of my cot, and my radio went flying off the desk. It was a millisecond of an earthquake, and I was like, what the heck just happened?
Just like end up on the ground. I'm like, well, that was good.
I thought a kid pushed me out of my bed. I was like, what is going on? But no, they're fun and exciting, and it's just people freak out for no reason.
So you're telling me that, like, that old end of the world YouTube video where California breaks off and goes and hangs out with Hawaii can't actually happen?
I mean, like, slowly over time, sure.
Oh, okay.
But okay. I think it's just it's not possible because we're not on a subduction zone fault line, and that's why I'm stopping. Because listen, I will talk for hours about geology, and it's not gonna end. All right.
I love it. We'll have to do this later at a later date. It's great. That's awesome. That's gonna be fun. Okay, cool. I'm glad you're alive, and welcome back to the show. Glad to have you here. Dungeon Dame, how are you? How have you been? How have the last 2 weeks been? What's going on?
I am doing well. We went to a wedding yesterday, and I started a new job on Thursday, not last week, the week before.
Yay. Excellent. Yay. So everything feels good? You're all settled in after the move? Everything... All right,
everything's working. Hopefully,
everything is awesome.
Fantastic. Cool. Mike, I saw something pretty cool, and I don't understand any of the context of it from you, but I saw it on Instagram, and it was a shirt that you entered for a competition. And then I don't know who it was, but was wearing it. There was a shirt.
Oh, Dustin Rhodes, yes, who was Gold Dust in WWE for about the last 25 years.
It
wasn't a contest. It wasn't a contest. He did a match against his brother 3 weeks ago and cut his forehead open, bled like a pig, and I did a comic about it. He saw the comic, actually licensed it from me. I had to talk to lawyers and agents and sign contracts, and now it is a shirt that he's selling on his website. So that's kind of a big deal.
Congratulations, Mike! That's awesome, dude. Claps in the chat for Mike. That's
awesome.
Huge. I saw that. I was like, I didn't know. I didn't know the context of it, but I saw him like wearing it, and then there was a shop button. I was like, I guess Mike sold a design, and it was really cool. It was
Which I just
cool,
did the
man.
comic because the match itself was just comical in what a bloodbath it was. And then he saw it and liked the comic enough that he wanted to buy the artwork from me and print it on t-shirts. So that blew my mind. And then to actually see him wearing it and selling it on his site, someone who I've been watching on TV for decades, it's like, holy crap.
That it's very cool. And it was very fun to see. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this link and I'm gonna go post it. So chat, you can see the shirt right there at that Instagram link. That's not with him wearing it, but that's the comic and the design that was then sold, and that's really super cool.
Oh, Mike, that's so awesome.
Yeah. So there you go. So yeah, guys, follow Mike on Instagram. He posts all these like comics and stuff, and it's really fun and a lot of art. Oh, and I saw your little work cat guy.
That was just a test sketch.
Yeah. But have you seen Negretzko on Netflix? It's like this little anime thing. And anyways, I saw him, and it looked exactly like a character that came out of that little anime, which is like it's Japan like business, and everyone's like a little animal. And it super reminded me of someone that was in that, and I thought it was very cool. Anyway,
that sounds right up my alley. I need to watch that show.
You should.
It's a cute
super
show.
funny. It's super funny. Okay, cool. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that, and congratulations again. Stella, how have you been? Welcome back to the show. It's been so long since I've seen you.
Oh yes, ages.
Since Thursday. I guess this is what happens when you're on two different shows on the channel. So how have you been in the last 3 days? Even though I talked to you this morning and we played Teamfight Tactics for a couple hours and we were kicking a lot of butt. It was a lot of fun. That was good.
Yes, we are professional TFT players, world-renowned champions. Yes, for sure.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah.
Even though there's no ranking system yet.
Out of the 3 games, we placed first in all of them that we played this morning.
Nice.
So that was good. Yeah.
Way to go.
My weekend has been wonderful. I just started a new campaign over on my channel, and we've been playing sci-fi D&D, Dark Matter. It's very fun.
Yes.
And,
if you guys remember Dark Matter on this channel, we had that giant show, The Revengers. So Stella has taken that that system, which is a D&D 5e versioning by Mage Hand Press, and it now has campaigns on it, and it's super duper cool. And if you like sci-fi stuff, but also Dungeons and Dragons, it's very neat. And I wholeheartedly suggest that you watch it because it's a lot of fun. Cool. So all of that being said, let's roll to see who has to recap what happened 2 weeks ago, shall we? All right, let's head on over to our roll 20, our nice little roll 20 here. I'm gonna go ahead and roll a d20, and whoever gets the closest is going to have to do the recap. I rolled a number 4. So let's see what everyone else gets.
No!
Okay, 10, 14, 19.
I completely forgot how to do this. What the hell?
Slash
R. Yeah. Space 1d20. Mm-hmm.
No!
Mina with the 10. All of you with 10 and above.
Rough.
That's a great sign for rolls to come, I think. So that'll be very fun. Mina, can you give us a recap of what happened 2 weeks ago?
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can manage. All right. So we came home from our adventure over at the Grolland Manor. We promptly went to sleep because we came home extra late. Malia had set up booby traps throughout the house to make sure nobody came in who wasn't supposed to. What's his face came by to talk to us. I know this is the week before, but came by to talk to us after we had the conversation with Mr. Grolland. What was his name? Hang on.
Lord Grolland, thank you very much.
Oh, Mr. Grolland.
He would thank you to respect his noble title.
All right. Orand Grolland.
Yep.
Okay. After that, we decided to have a wee talk about what we are going to do to help him maybe get his wife under control and find the money, all that fun stuff. And then there was an exciting noise that came from Mina's room, and we met a new character. Teapo, or Teacup, as we prefer, is her new imp friend. She also found out the name, finally, of her her patron, which is now, excuse my pronunciation, Belial, the greatest of all Baelors.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, Archduke Belial, ruler of Felagros.
Ooh, I missed that part. Hang on. Ruler.
Oh, it's Phlegethos. I can't pronounce anything. It's Phlegethos.
Oof.
One of the 9 hells. I mean, you got to pick one, right?
Right. It's so many to choose from.
Can't have them all.
Yeah. Greatest of all Baelors, at least in Teacup's mind.
More like Baelor.
Okay, but he's my dad. That's weird.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's yeah.
He's not my dad.
And then we decided that we were gonna go start using our whirly woo over near the Growland Manor, and we talked to a lady that sells cheese.
I forgot about Cheese Lady.
We also awkwardly walked past the guy that Varys had shot with an arrow. Yeah, that was good too. You guys almost killed a peasant boy. Very closely got to kill a peasant boy.
No witnesses.
No witnesses.
Well done.
Yay, go team.
Heroes, every one of you.
Yep.
That's okay. So what next?
That. And then that was not helpful at all, because Cheese Lady didn't know anything.
Weirdly enough, she just knows her cheeses. Yeah.
Right? I don't know. It was good cheese though.
It's good cheese.
Some like blueberry cheese of some sort.
A blueberry goat cheese.
Oh,
Blueberry
right.
goat cheese. Yes, that's what it was. So that wasn't helpful. We decided to go find Floon and Renair. I don't remember if there's something in between there, but I do remember going to go do that. So we went to... Crap, what's the name? It's gone. The name is gone, but it's in here somewhere.
Did we go to the Yawning Portal?
That's
the
name.
The bar name.
That's what I'm looking for. We went there. We found Floon and Renair, and there were some people rounding up the Zentarum. Spoke with Floon, brought him back to her bar. Renair went to go do some research for us. Got really drunk with Floon.
Really drunk with Floon.
Cry and Varys passed out.
Or passed away.
Yeah, we're not sure.
Potentially passed away in one of these cases.
Yeah. Renair came back, and Nina and Malia were the only 2 left standing, other than Floon, who could probably drink us under the table.
No, he did pass out, because remember, he passed out, but he didn't. He was holding his cup in a way that it was just perfectly stabilized, did not spill.
Oh.
Weekend at Bernie's kind of passed out.
We brought Renair upstairs, and then he promptly called us out on our working for 2 sides.
That he figured out, because you asked him to go investigate some stuff for you. He found out the knowledge that you're working for the Zentarum as well. Weird, a little like switch coat situation here.
Whatever.
So we drunkenly tried to explain to him that no, we're working for Mert. He knows we're also working for the Zentarum.
Yeah, and Mert is conspicuously missing from the city at this point in time. Yeah. Weird. Super weird. Yeah, so he gives you this pretty much it's not necessarily an ultimatum, but it's this is the last favor I'm doing for you until you can prove to me where your loyalties lie, or I can get in contact with Mert. And then he promptly leaves the premises. So that'll be interesting. He did give you the knowledge of the location that you did ask for. His last favor for you was the location of the nimblewright you had been tracking. He did give you that, and he also let you know, because he found out that you are known accomplices of Davil Starsong, that Davil himself had been taken into custody, and that you should be lying low in your affiliation with the Zentarum, lest ye be also rounded up and tossed into the stocks.
After he left, we had a snake visit us.
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
That's right.
Yeah. A flying snake. A flying
crap, I
snake
forgot the snake, yeah.
arrives. The flying snake being one of the signs of Zentarum agents.
Oh god.
It brought you a note. Does anyone remember what that said? No?
We
Go
have
for
to
it.
go to the City of the Dead during the high sun by the agrarian statue. And the note was signed by something Horn.
Istrid Horn. Istrid Horn, your characters would remember, is one of the famed Doom Raiders that worked with Davil Starsong. Davil had suggested you go visit Istrid at one point in time if you needed a loan.
Mm-hmm.
So now Istrid, it looks like, has sent you a letter, and it says, I would like to know more about what happened at Gralhund Villa. If you can spare the time, meet me at the Agarian statue in the City of the Dead at high sun tomorrow. You'll be paid generously for your time and trouble. Yeah, so that happened.
Oh my god.
I think we also discussed trying to get Cry a pony.
And build a stable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that there was a small discussion about horses and stables. That's true.
That happened.
If she ever
There's a
lives
pile
to
of
see
crates
it.
in the alleyway. That it's a stable.
It's a stable. A little wooden rocking horse is sitting in it. It's just like, there it is.
She would love it. She would know the difference. She's like, oh yes, a different breed of horse.
That also doesn't talk.
Also won't talk to me.
Oh, and then Mina went
Oh,
to
that's
bed
great.
cuddling Teacup.
Oh, I did. Yeah.
She went to her room where Tipo was sufficiently intoxicated, and he sang a little bit of a song, and then they all went to bed as well as you possibly could. I do have a question though, Dungeon Dame. I don't remember this. I don't think the rest of the party knows Tipo exists yet.
Nope. They sure don't.
Yeah, so just weird stuff's been happening, and they have not asked a single question about it. Yeah, you guys are really tolerant of the weird
She
things
has
happening in your own home.
issues. You don't ask your roommates about their issues, okay? Those are their own deals.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, when you respond to that Craigslist ad, you kind of just take what you get.
Yeah.
It's just, let it ride. Okay, cool. I
Cool.
think that is, I think that wraps up a little bit of the recap. The overarching thing being that information was brought to you about the Stone of Galore. What started this entire chapter was the fireball, a dead gnome, and a missing artifact, which was the entire reason for you to chase down this nimblewright, ending up at the Gralhund Villa, assisting the Gralhunds in the Zentirum attack of some kind at their house, and we've ended up here where all of these pieces seem to be all over the place, and you're trying to fit them all back together. So,
Oof.
Now, real quick, you said that what's his face told us where the nimblewright is. Where was that?
yeah, he let you know it's in an alley off Bliss Street, across from the Shrine of Nature. And I don't worry, I have it on the map. We'll go over to it, and you'll see it. But that's where it is. As far as you know, again, he told you in the middle of the night you're all drunk and intoxicated. We'll see how much of this information you all retain come morning. Yeah. So after our little recap, we get our intro scene, DieFall. We see the early morning over Waterdeep. Again, another chilly, foggy, early spring morning, but the sun seems to be peeking out today, and it looks like it may push through the clouds, and it could be a nice spring day. Our heroes awaken in their beds in various states of disrepair and hungoverness as Bravo punches her microphone.
I'm sorry. I'm too strong.
Can I get Constitution saving throws from everyone in the party, please?
God.
One. Oh no.
Come on, Dice. You know Molly is a professional
Varys,
drinker, right?
3. Mina, 11. Cry, 9. Malia, 1.
Oh my god.
All of you are so hungover. Just brutal headaches. You think back to the night before and you realize you had so many different types of wines and alcohols because Floon just would not stop cheering for random things, buying shots all around in your own home. I mean, and who are you to tell him to not spend gold at your establishment? And so you joined him in every one of his revels, and you are all paying for it brutally.
Oof.
Cry, you can't feel your head because you're still unconscious. So that's good.
I died.
But good morning, party. What would you like to do?
Throw up. No.
There is a chamber pot by your bed.
I'm probably gonna throw up on Teacup.
Oh my god.
You're gonna throw. Okay, so you wake up.
There's like a little bit.
And where is Teacup in relation to you? Did you guys cuddle that night?
I'm pretty sure I had him like a teddy bear.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and he's loving it, right? He's curled his little spiny tail out of the way, and for all of his vigor, and viciousness, he's actually enjoying this little spooning session with you quite a lot. So he's all snuggled in his wings, all taut and tied together, and you're just cradling him there. And we see him with his mouth open, slight smile,
oh, no!
He's breathing deeply. And then you vomit on him?
Probably just like almost, maybe just almost, like it's gonna happen, and then I quickly roll away.
Oh, sure. And let's say you throw up promptly into the chamber pot to the side of your bed, hurling your guts out from the night before, and Teacup just... What's going on? And he, like, notices where he's in the bed, and he's like, oh! He, like, looks at you throwing up, and he goes, oh! Ew. Oh! Oh, my head! Oh, that's... Oh. You know, I didn't think that was gonna hurt the next day. It felt so good last night. And he, like, looks over at you, and he walks over, and he, like, pats you on the back, and he's like, oh. It'll be okay. It'll be... Oh... And he, like, leans over you and vomits into, as close as he can, into the chamber pot. And you notice that it's just red. It's just red bile all over the ground.
It's magma.
Mm-hmm. And it just, like, and it's slightly acidic. So you, like, watch as it burns a little bit into the floor. Yeah. Yeah, good morning.
Ugh.
And he, like, oh, God. Okay. And he, like, flops down on the bed and just, like, and he just lays there.
Do you drink water?
I'll make an exception for this.
Yeah, okay, I'll get you some. Ugh. All right, she's gonna slowly, quietly make her way downstairs to get some water. Yeah, you... Oh, and every creak is like a nail to your temple. It is the worst. You get all the way downstairs, and the smell of breakfast hits your nostrils. Yep. Oh, in every other circumstance, the bacon, eggs, and biscuits would be delightful. But now, you have to stop on the stairs and figure out where that next round of throw-up is going to go. She's definitely gonna book it to, I don't know, where is she on the stairs? Let's
say you're on you've come down, like, let's say you're in the middle. It's equidistant to any location that you need to be going.
She's gonna go up, probably away from the smell and away from any patrons that might be downstairs.
Sure, yeah. There's probably some patrons down there. I mean, you guys are busy, right?
Yeah.
And there's a restroom area, and generally near to you, but it's also one of the public ones that your guests use, so...
It's happening.
Yep,
That's
you
where she's
barge
going.
on in there. Thankfully, it's empty. And you empty your guts again into the chamber pot there. Great. While Mina figures that out, Malia, what are you doing?
Oh, I think
Malia,
we see...
you rolled that natural 1 on your con save, so that's...
Oh, I was hoping you would not notice that.
Oh, I did.
I think Molly is like face down in her bed, still wearing her hat, still wearing her clothes, her boots, and there's just this low like, just kind of coming from her mattress.
The mud from your boots are like, it's on the bed now because you never took them off because you've been walking around in like this somewhat rainy spring of Waterdeep. Your clothes are all wrinkled underneath yourself and your hat is crushed slightly. It's you're in quite the state of disrepair.
I think I will just lay here for a little while.
I think that's a good plan. Varys, what are you up to?
All right. Varys wakes up in his bed. He has no idea how he got there because last he knew he was under a table.
Yep.
So someone moved him in the night. Doesn't know who. Might have been himself. He doesn't know. Wakes up just feeling absolute dog shit. He has no idea what a hangover is. He's never been drunk before.
Yeah.
So he gets up just feeling awful. Immediately runs to Malia's room. He starts banging on the door. I've been poisoned! Someone poisoned me!
Malia, it's awful. There is a noise, and it sounds like the world ending.
Malia pulls her hat down over her ears, and she's like, "Be gone, you fiend!"
But Malia was poisoned! I need help, Malia! I feel real sick.
Kiggs, get rid of him!
Kiggs kind of paws over to the door and just like paws at it because it's closed. And you hear a meow.
Oh God, shut up, cat.
Okay, then Varys remembers something that he heard yesterday at the yawning portal. And he doesn't know if this will work, but he opens the door and he grabs Kiggs and he licks her. Because he heard that dog hair cures hangovers and maybe cat hair will work.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, I remember.
My God, Mike.
You open the door and you see Kiggs just looking up at you. You grab him, pick, and lick
just
the hair. Kiggs has no idea what to do with this, but just kind of looks at. Kiggs is smarter than your average cat and just kind of lets this happen because you're a friend. Varys, you're going to vomit. You need to choose where.
Going to vomit.
Yep.
I feel it coming. I just move the cat and wherever I stand, just let it fly.
Oh
You lift Kiggs up out of the way, look down, and it's just all over the ground. Yeah. Cat hair
right outside
with
of Malia's room.
Cat hair with it. Malia, something smells awful. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, this is gonna end poorly.
My
Oh, God.
bones hurt. Oh, I will try to drag myself to my personal bathroom because I have the master
Yeah, you do. Roll me one more con save, please.
Oh, jeez.
14. You make it to the bathroom before emptying all of last night's wine. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
Does this count as a TPK?
Yes. Yeah. Turns out Mina's getting a second set of horns. Varys is gonna be missing his other eye. Malia is gonna just be crisscrossed with scars, and Cry is actually dead.
Cry will never come back.
Cry's actually dead.
3 times the charm.
Yep. Cry. Can I get a death saving throw from you, please?
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh God. Oh baby.
On your character sheet, there's a little button that says death saving.
Oh. Beautiful.
Wow.
That's a natural 20.
Death can't come for me, baby.
She is death.
Cry. You wake up. Blink yourself awake. Find yourself in your bed. You don't really remember being here. You remember attempting to go drink for drink with Malia and Mina, and that was... You remember that being a mistake, but also having a little bit of fun. You feel fine.
I had to take a death saving throw, and I'm the only one in this group who isn't throwing up. Cool. Well, first things first.
Oh, you're gonna want to get that closer to the mic. I can't hear it.
Oh, she feels good.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool. She's gonna water her plants. Take a little stretch. And I guess walk downstairs.
Yeah, you walk downstairs to like see Varys throwing up on his boots with the holding Kiggs above his head.
She's gonna grab Kiggs.
Uh-huh.
The cat hair doesn't work like dog hair does. It made it worse.
She's gonna look at Kiggs. She's gonna give Varys a pat on the head. Then walk downstairs holding Kiggs out in front of her.
Perfect. Yeah, you clomp, 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 because you're in your big old boots, and you make your way downstairs. Oh, and you know what? Breakfast smells great. Bacon, eggs, biscuits. Yeah, Scott is down there tending the bar, making sure everyone in the inn is well taken care of. And you have your chef in the back. I think it's Willis Falk. He's the one that does the biscuits, right? And he's back there cooking it up, and I feel pretty good about this.
I'm gonna dig in. Cry feels hungry.
Scotta serves you at the bar. You tuck in, and she says, "Morning," and you tuck in, and she looks at you and says, where's the rest of the group? They don't wake this early?
She's gonna look up on the balcony. She also was like, I don't know. She just kind of shrugs it off and starts eating.
Yeah. Scotta shrugs and goes back to taking care of the patrons. Yeah. So, Mina, the worst has seemingly passed. But that headache is not going to fade easily. There's a knock at the door.
Just a minute. Occupied.
Pause, and then.
Yeah. All
right, open up in there. I need to use that.
Yes. Just 2 minutes. Okay, she's gonna open the door, just like so mad.
You open it directly into this human male with like brown shaggy hair, and he's got his like beard stubble from the night before. He's wearing these little spectacles. He goes, Miss Mina, I apologize for that. Ooh, I just really desperately need to use the facilities.
Yes. All right. Just.
Right.
And she'll
sorry.
slide around him.
Yeah. So you slide away, and I guess let's say you walk off to figure out what you're going to do, and we get like the camera stays on him entering that, and like the door shutting behind him, and you hear from the inside, "Oh God, what's that smell?"
That's what you get.
And then we blink back over to Malia, propped up on in her private bathroom, just. It seems the worst is over. But that is, it's been a long time since you've had that much.
Oh, yeah. She's gonna try to cast Prestidigitation on herself. Try to do this.
Roll me another con save as a concentration check. Natural 20. You pull it together. You realize you're in such a state that you could never, ever be seen like this. So you figure it out, and you cast Prestidigitation on everything that you deem necessary. And it is all cleaned, prim, and proper, and fixed. Your hat uncrushed, your clothes unrumpled, your mouth unstained by gross vomit, and you're feeling a little bit better knowing that you're cleaner.
Malia just kind of stumbles out of the bathroom a little bit, and she just kind of looks at Varys.
Varys is right now just in the fetal position on the floor outside of Malia's room, just laying in a puddle of vomit. It's all awful.
Yeah, your buddy Varys isn't doing so hot.
It appears you have emptied most of the poison on my floor.
It feels like there's more in there.
Trust me, Varys, you will want to be upright. Come on. She's gonna try to sidestep the mess and then try to help haul him up to his feet. Up you get. You'll feel better if you're vertical.
Slowly stand up and kind of lean against her.
Yeah, you get up and you both gingerly avoid the mess that was made and make your way wherever you need to. So it was a start to the day. What would you guys like to do?
That was a start.
Mm-hmm. Mina's gonna collect glasses of water for everybody upstairs, including Teacup. So she's got 4 because she sees Cry is downstairs now, eating food, which makes her very ill. Yeah. Oh, good. You're moving again.
So you guys are up in that sitting room that you had been in the night before now. So she brings you up a glass of water, and there seems to be an extra one.
Yes, and yeah. All right, I will be right back. And she'll go over to her room with her 2 cups of water.
Are we all downstairs now?
No,
we're on the second floor.
Oh, okay.
They're at the sitting room.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you walk into your room and you see Teacup there, just like propped up on the pillows in bed, just like, wow, I feel terrible.
Me too. Go easy on the alcohol if you've never had it before.
Yeah, I'll put that in the old steel trap.
Oh, his voice is just like grating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here, water. Drink this. Don't get any more of that lava on anything.
You see this like forked snake tongue like dip down into the water and like curl back up, and he's like, oh gods, I hate water.
Yeah.
And he's like holding it in like 2 hands. He's very small, right? And he's just got it like this, and he goes. He starts like sobbing quietly to himself.
Oh. Is there something else that hydrates you? I don't understand how you work.
No, it's fine. Honestly, this is just to get the taste of them vomit out of my mouth.
It's fair. Okay, stay here until you feel better, and then go invisible. Okay. Goodbye.
Yep. So you see Mina step back out of the room, sans 1 glass of water.
Yeah.
And she comes and sits down with you in the sitting area.
Malia would have given Varys one of the glasses, and then she would have opened up the windows just so there's some fresh air getting in through here.
Yeah, the window that is unlatched. Oh, you're trying to remember something happened last night. Roll me just a straight intelligence check.
Ooh.
6.
Not
you
great.
remember opening the window, but not why.
Did Cakes get locked outside? Did I let him through the window? Oh well. Sits down in the comfiest chair.
Yeah.
Sipping her water.
Kai is downstairs already. She seems fine. Better than us. That's for sure.
But she fell harder than everyone.
Yeah, I don't. She's eating.
Does poison make her better?
Varys, alcohol did this to you.
But you guys drink alcohol all the time, and this doesn't happen to you.
Clearly it does.
Moderation was not in the cards last night.
Actually watching Brom dancing, killing me.
That's Cry downstairs having breakfast, being like, I feel good. I can eat food.
Mina, do you remember anything from last night?
What does Mina remember from last night?
Mina, roll me an intelligence check, please.
All right, intelligence. 17.
17.
Solid.
Oh, dear gods, you remember all of it.
Oh no. Well, René came by. Yeah.
What?
Yes, René came by, and I guess while he was doing some investigating for us, he did some investigating on us. He discovered that we are working for two sides currently. And he was not amused.
Malia just brings up her cup. She starts sinking in her chair.
Yeah, yes. Also, there was a snake, a flying snake with a note. I think you have the note.
You check all of your various coat pockets, and yep, there's a rolled up scroll. And you read it, and
I
again,
recognize this name, Estrid
Yeah.
Horn.
Oh, René told us to lay low because all of the Zentarum and anybody associated with the Zentarum are getting thrown in the stock.
Oh my.
So, we perhaps should not go see East.
Yes, I don't think we should go visit the City of the Dead.
But, he did tell us where the other nimblewright might be still. Who knows if it's still there, but be a place to start. Yeah, René is not currently pleased with us, so we should try and find a way to convince him we are doing this all for Mert. Yeah.
Malia is just kind of thoughtfully looking at the scroll, and she says, "Do we keep this or destroy this? It seems as if it would be evidence."
Evidence. We could probably destroy it, honestly. Maybe if we drown it in the wine we were drinking last night. Seemed to destroy us.
Oh, you have a fireplace in your room, don't you? She starts getting up.
Wait! No, I mean, yes, but you'd have to clean the chimney. It hasn't been cleaned in a while, and it's a fire hazard if you light fire in there right now.
Oh. Well, we should probably have that looked at. All right. She's like, I'll find another fire somewhere. Just walks off.
there's one downstairs in the common room.
Oh, perhaps not so public.
I mean, you have torches. And that sort of
And
stuff.
candles. I'm not going to say you don't have candles in the place.
Malia will go find a candle in a private
And wait, can't
place.
prestidigitation start a small fire?
I think.
Can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it can.
Sure.
Yeah,
You
so
can now.
it's like a little spark, right? Because you can make little sparks and things.
Yeah.
You can light the paper on
Spark
fire.
up.
Cool. Yes. She just starts lighting the paper.
It burns fitfully in your hands, the dark black ink burning somewhat purple, and it approaches the tips of your fingers before you shake out the ashes, and now there's ashes all over your sitting room.
Someone else's problem.
But can't your spell also deal with those?
Why
So you
must
cast
I do
prestidigitation a bunch of times in a row, and you clean up the ashes.
Yeah,
It's that point in time you remember there's a puddle of vomit in front of your room.
Suppose as I am going to manicure the entire mansion, I'll do that too.
Yeah. And it's funny because every spot that you prestidigitate is much cleaner than every other spot on the floor afterwards.
You can instantaneously light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire.
So we'll call it a small candle, and you lit that piece of paper on
Nice.
fire.
Easy. All right, friends. There is a nimblewright to be found.
To do anything today?
Yes, Faris. Trust me, a brisk walk in the open air is exactly what you need.
Fair warning, it smells like food down there. It's not great.
She just pinches her nose and starts going down the stairs.
Yeah, the common area is a bustle with activity, breakfast, and so many different types of smells. To the three of you, it's not super good, but there's Cry.
Hungry?
No.
Perhaps later.
She's gonna take the rest of what's on her plate and put it in her pockets like Varys does.
Does she
those
have pockets?
biscuits are great for that, by
She
the
does
way.
now. She's been
she's got,
tying
like,
too much
cloak
stuff on her belt.
pockets.
She puts some pockets into that skirt. She has to.
And you each have your adventuring pack, so you've got plenty of pockets when you're deciding to go out.
All right. Alley of Bliss Street is where we were informed to go. Kai, do you have your thing?
Oh my god, where are you? Oh, there you are.
Where's the fish? Yeah. Solid. Good, we will need that.
Yep, Cry has the 1.5 foot long umbrella-topped nimblewright detector that starts click, 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 click as it whirs. Very, very slowly.
It's huge.
I thought it was this big.
I thought it was
No, it's
this
big. It's like an umbrella.
No way.
Waterdeep with this thing spinning over our heads.
Yeah.
So do you remember what it looks like this?
That looks like I could hold it in my hand.
I mean, you can hold an umbrella in your hand.
Oh yeah, I suppose.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, I figured it was much smaller.
We just been walking
guess it
around
could-
water deep with this foot long.
Let me see if it defines what it is, because it does look like foot-long copper
Like,
contraption.
Is that a
Oh,
a
1 foot.
one-handed thing?
1
1
foot
foot.
copper
Okay.
contraption? So it's
Oh,
this
okay.
big.
This big. A little bigger than your head.
Correct.
Bigger than my fish.
So your fish with an umbrella on the top.
Yeah, your fish is the handle.
Hold on.
Capped with an
There.
umbrella. There
Beautiful.
it is. Yep, we did it.
Wonderful.
All right.
I love prop
Pack it
work.
in, guys. Stream's over. We've done it.
Stream's over. We did it. Roll credits. Campaign done.
Yes, the whirly woo. Yeah, so you were told where this rogue nimblewright has ended up.
Let's go kill it.
I don't remember if that's what we were supposed to do, is it?
The request from the House of Gond, right, from Valletta, the priest, the Bronze Dragonborn, was to destroy it. And there was a reward if you brought back proof of the destruction of the rogue nimblewright.
Do you remember what the reward was?
Yes, the reward is the other construct.
Nim!
Yeah!
You get to adopt a child.
Another
which
one.
I think is really interesting that you're going to destroy one to then get one as a pet.
Don't think about it too much, okay? Because then you're going to be lost. All right.
It's fine.
We're destroying an evil one to adopt a good one.
Yes.
We're destroying a mindless one to adopt one with a mind.
It was lonely. You made a friend. You can be friends.
Anyways, yeah, you've been told where it is, and you're more than welcome to go to it. In an alley off Bliss Street, across from the Shrine of Nature.
Hey, DM.
Yes,
Can you pull up the map?
I indeed can.
Okay, thank you.
Nutty. All right, so we're gonna head on over to our map of Waterdeep, and if you guys, I'll show you in a second, chat. If you guys head back over to the House of the Inspired Hands, which is the Temple of Gond, where Nim is going to reveal a little dealy over here. Right there is Bliss Street, and where your potential nimblewright is, as well as the Shrines of Nature. And here, I'll bring this up for you guys, chat.
As we're
Right
walking, Molly is like, I told you. I was right. It was going to go back.
You then stifle some bile coming back up in your throat as you attempt to be very smug about the situation.
To be fair, we never said you were wrong, just that we would be able to tell with that contraption.
Everybody's just extra punchy when they're hungover.
I love that there's an alley called Ignorance Alley.
Yeah, it's great.
Perfect.
Wagon slide
And
is a
bliss
good one.
and ignorance intersect.
Yep, they do.
Oh my god, I love that.
I also love that this street is called the Singing Dolphin. I think that's great. And it probably just references one of the bars around here. But yeah.
Let's go to Waterdeep, you guys.
It seems like a really dope city. I'm not
Seems
gonna lie.
like fun. No, not gonna lie.
So you guys head out into the morning in Waterdeep, and
Loaded.
it is a hustle and bustle, and your hungover ears are assaulted by wagons, people singing, dancing on the corners, hawkers hawking their wares, but something pierces through above everything else, and it's a small boy on a corner holding these pieces of paper. Zentarum being rounded up! Anyone who knows anything about Zentarum or Zentarum affiliates, please report to your nearest city guard. There is gold recompense for anyone reporting black Zentarum activity. I couldn't remember the name of it that they are called. And he's like waving around these papers, and people are walking by and picking him up and handing him a copper piece, and yeah.
Malia will give a copper piece to take one.
Black Network. Jesus, I'm dumb. All right, there it is. Yeah, you.
Oh no, go for it.
You get one. You open it up, and on the front is basically it's a full front page of the Gralhund Villa in all of its glory. It looks to be depicted on fire. With like 100 Zentarum affiliates outside of it, assaulting the Gralhund estate, where you read through the paragraphs, and it depicts the Lord and Lady Gralhund as being assaulted by these thugs, these Zentarum thugs, and they were defending their home, their lives, and their children, and they barely got away with it. If it weren't for the deft thinking of the Gralhund guards, and yeah, it just goes into all of this like really ridiculousness. But in summary, it comes out with the Waterdavian guards are rounding up all known Zentarum agents or affiliates or anyone that seems to have been in league with them for investigation, interrogation, and potentially imprisonment.
Yikes.
Well, good thing that we have Mert to clear our good name.
As long as they can find him.
And if they can't, well... don't forget, he did speak to, the, Lady Blackstaff, and went to tell her that we would not be courting the Grey Hands, as we would be working for the Harpers.
Yes, but do you think he told them that we were also working for this? She says very low.
Oh, I don't think that he would have said such a thing.
So I don't know how helpful that would be. However, if somebody says something today, we can always point them in the direction and get Miss Eastred arrested if necessary, in exchange for information. You know.
However, it is quite suspicious that we have the information to begin with.
Yes, but that they already know that that's where we are. We'll be like, nope, I don't actually have any ties with them. I don't want to. Here, take them.
Well, that is a limited invitation. It is a meeting at High Sun.
Which is soon, I think.
It's mid-morning. It took you guys a while to figure out what you were doing with your day. But I'd say it's about 2 hours from High Sun. And you're currently just out on... You're just out on Troll Skull Alley, right? It's a bustling little thing. So you're kind of having this conversation outside where you picked up this paper.
Do you think that we would be able to find René in time and tell him of this?
Maybe? Did René? I don't remember. Did René tell me where he was going? Or what he was doing?
René did not say.
Yeah.
René said he had some work to do for the Harpers. And he said he was going to attempt to find Mert and figure out what was going on. But he also said, do not contact me.
Oh, right.
Oh.
No, I don't think that would be a good idea. He does not want any contact with us for now.
Oh, all right. Well, perhaps we shall keep ourselves occupied with the task at hand instead.
Just so long as we don't draw too much attention. We don't need people looking into us.
Malia looks over at Cry and the device. I think that we will draw all the attention, no matter what we do.
Okay, maybe put that away until we get to where we're going. Oh, don't drop it, though. Just in your bag. Yeah.
Varys, are you feeling all right?
No. I want to go home.
Pat, pat.
You'll feel better soon, hopefully.
Yeah, nothing like an hour-long walk across the city of Waterdeep to really get the blood moving.
It just light hurts, sound hurts.
And this is a busy city.
While they're walking, Mina is definitely going to be humming, actually singing that song Tipo sang to her.
Yeah, okay.
Charlotte the Harlot.
DM, I have a question.
That's good. Yes.
Was when Mina came down and got waters, Cry was present for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you saw her like stumble down and like probably just give you a brief little nod and get all the waters from the bar and then quickly go back upstairs.
Cool.
And, yeah, you noticed there was 4 glasses for sure. Okay. So you guys head out into Waterdeep proper. Do you want to catch a ride?
Oh, love, you want to catch a tray?
We should probably walk a bit just to steal some of our nerves. A bouncy ride might not be good for the stomach.
Ooh. Yes,
Aw.
I agree.
Yeah, it's about a 30-minute walk across the entirety of the city.
That's fine.
It's much longer
That's
north-south than it is east-west.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys make your way across. You see that the Waterdevian guard presence is much higher than normal. It does seem that there's, especially in the North Ward area, where a lot of the better merchants are, and some of the lords and ladies live, and your nobility, and a kind of an upper class neighborhood has definitely upped its security. Probably due to the fact that Gralhund Villa, being one of the nobility's establishments, was attacked right from under their noses, and they're probably getting raked over the coals on that. But you make your way across, and you get down Del Zurin Street, all the way over to the House of Inspired Hands, the Temple of Gond. And what would you like to do? You want to head straight up to Bliss Street?
I don't know. You guys, was he cutting out for you?
He was cutting off for me.
Yeah.
Yes, just a little bit.
I heard fine.
Interesting. You get across the city.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to head directly to Bliss Street? You're over by the Temple of Gond right now.
Are we close enough for the? That's about 1,000 something feet away. What do you think if we split the groups? We try to approach from multiple angles. No, okay, no. All right, no, we won't do that.
No.
That was so much
not in our state. Perhaps if we were in a more healthy state.
I see. What direction do you suppose we should approach from?
Well, just if we approach from the east, on brain function, yeah. If we approach from the east, then it is most likely they will attempt to run west, where there's a wall, and they will be less likely to go in a direction where there's so much room to go. Scare them that other way.
Let's go up the Street of Whispers and make our way west that way. We cut off the main thoroughfare there.
Yeah. So you head north towards the Shrines of Nature. Again, this is being around some of the temples here. The people walking around, you do see there's like some priests and monks and nuns of various types, but you do make it to the Shrines of Nature, and you see there that it's kind of like a minor aviary in that there's lots of birds around and like small bird baths, and there seems to be bird feeders around, and there's like hummingbirds and things. It's quite nice. It's a quaint little park. But to your left is Bliss Street, and you see it go down, and there's like a small alley to the side. And you're more than welcome to approach.
Cry is gonna like Terminator vision, look at every bird she can see, like scanning every bird she can see as best she can.
Yeah, so there's seabirds mixed around with hummingbirds and pigeons and little blues, and just a whole varying amount of types here. It seems that the birds know where they can come to get food.
I have snacks.
Oh no.
She's gonna like.
Okay.
She's like a handful of like crushed croissant.
Oh, we are trying not to draw attention.
She's gonna frown and put them back in her pocket.
And now they're
so
just
sorry.
like some of the crumbs like fall between your fingertips as you put them back into the pockets, and like a little bird hops over and starts eating on some of it.
Cry's gonna try and pick it up.
Oh.
Make me a dexterity check.
Oh my god, baby. Come on, let's pick up a bird.
The bird is going to be slightly too fast for you. You're not going to be able to get to it. That's a 10. Yeah, it's a little small, and as you reach down to go pick it up, it like kind of hops backwards and flutters its wings a little bit, and looks at you curiously.
Okay, she gets a signal. Bird doesn't want to be picked up. Won't pick it up.
After a little bit, it sees that you're not making any moves, and like bobs its head around and pops back forward and starts picking up some of the crumbs again.
I'm just imagining a bird being like, "What you gonna do? Huh? You gonna pick me up again?"
Float like a butterfly.
Don't look where I am. Look where I'm going.
Jesus. Sure you zigzag.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you like to go down Bliss Street?
Oh, I mean, give it a try.
Okay.
Just like off to the side, though, not like in the middle of everybody.
Yeah, Sheila, you like hold it down next to you and you activate the little device and it goes. It is just as loud as when you're outside Gralhund Villa.
Yeah.
Okay, she can put it away now that she don't really need it. Is it like an iPhone where it's like find my iPhone, but it's in like a 50-foot radius?
It's 500 feet, but yes, pretty much. But it does like the hotter, colder thing rather than like making
right
a noise
here.
at the location. Yeah.
Malia looks up at the rooftops.
Roll me a perception check. 9. You don't see anything along the roofs. You do see one of the roofs being repaired, but none of them have the striking form of a construct.
Is the building that is being repaired in the direction of Bliss Street from where we are?
No, it's kind of like the southern corner of the Shrine of Nature, like across the street.
Does anyone see anything?
I guess Bina will also look around, see if she can
go
spot
ahead.
anything.
Roll perception if you want to just see if you can spot anything from this vantage point.
4. Probably not.
Meaning with the 4, you see the same thing. It's busy. There's a lot of people around here, even for this kind of peaceful park area. You do notice that one of the roofs is being repaired. Like you see a crew of dwarven craftsmen repairing the shingles on the roof, and you see like a couple monks sitting in benches feeding the birds out in the middle of the park, and nothing seems out of place. Nothing seems amiss.
I don't see anything from here, but perhaps we should check that alley that Bonaire was talking about.
Sure. So you guys take a little walk into Bliss Street. The sounds of the city kind of like fall away behind you as you get to the enclosure of this street here, and you just start looking around. It doesn't look like there's anyone that's utilizing Bliss Street or the sides of it down the alleys. You hear a little bit of a commotion, kind of like around the corner of a building, and it sounds like birds, soft chirping, a couple of them. Do you want to just continue walking down the street?
Perhaps we approach with some stealth?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Roll me some stealth checks.
Some hungover stealth checks.
Yeah, give them to me. You're heroes. I'm not going to make you roll at a disadvantage, but let's go. Give me some stealth.
Ooh.
Cry with a 6.
I mean, Mina's not good at it on the best of days, so.
Malia 23, Varus 24, Mina 8. Your average, I mean, the average is right around like upper end of a 10 or 12 as a group, so you're fine. I mean, just you approach as stealthily as you think you are. Again, as the sound falls away behind you, we get that moment where like the sounds of the city fall away, and we're really focused on just the sounds of these birds. And you go and you peek around the corner, and amongst these barrels, boxes, and mostly garbage, there seems to be a pile of rags at first glance, but you look again and you see the striking form of the metal construct within the rags itself, and it's leaned up against this box, and it has its hand extended, and a small bird is resting on its finger, and it seems to be feeding them small pieces of seed. And there's another one that's like landed on its head and seems to have been making a nest there. You see as it like puts a twig up underneath parts of the rag, and another one flitting around his shoulder. What do you do?
Oh no.
So it's
Molly
just...
is like peeking. She leans back and she's like, "Oh, this is precious."
So is it still alive, or has it just like collapsed there and birds have started nesting?
You see him like actively feeding the bird that's on his finger.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
We
Why
have
do
to
this
kill
to
this thing.
DSD? So mean.
Maybe we can adopt this one.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, and leave the Hunchback of Notre Dame locked in his attic.
Yeah, in his tower, he'll be fine. Rapunzel did fine. It's okay. Somebody will come for
Yeah,
her.
Rapunzel's fine.
Molly will peek back around the corner and try to get a surveillance of the immediate area. Does it look like there's any exit routes from where the nimblewright is situated?
Roll me a perception check.
I'm going to guess you said perception check.
I did, yes. 21. Well, it's less of an alley and more of kind of just an opening. How about this? How about I take you guys to a little mappy map?
A map?
A map. Let me see if I can't get you guys on this one.
Oh my goodness.
Doesn't want to let me go.
Never let you go, never let you go.
Yeah, don't look just yet, by the way. Because I kind of like click and drag and click and drag and click. Okay, there we go. So you're in this little alley, and I'm gonna drop your tokens here, and you're all kind of like peeking around an area here. And chat, I'll show you in just a moment what this looks like, if it'll let me actually do anything with these tokens. Okay, it's like slightly off. Sorry, hang on a sec. And he's kind of just sitting over in the corner here. Token layer. So I'll try to give you some. I might have to refresh my page here. Doesn't want to let me drag your tokens. But if you drag your token around the southern corner here, if it lets me ping it, you should be able to see him right there.
Oh.
And chat, I'll bring up the map here. It just seems to be among the boxes and kind of this crux in the alley here, just leaned up against it, and you see these little birds around him.
I don't want to kill this thing.
Perhaps we should try talking to it. If it could serve the Lady Growlhund, then. And it seems as if it does not want to go home. We can appeal to it, perhaps.
Could be. Do you want to go talk to it?
Fixes her hat. Puts on her thinking cap.
Mm-hmm.
Cry, give me a handful of that croissant.
Oh. Just gonna reach in to her pocket and give it to her.
All right. Now, stay here. Don't make any loud sounds. And, wish me luck.
Luck.
Yeah, so you approach.
So,
what would you want to do?
So Malia is going to try to kind of slink a little forward so that she's not just like popping out from the corner. And she's going to hold the crumble the croissant, hold it in her hand, and kind of have it on display. She'll be like, "Hello, do you think you want to try to feed these croissants to them? They're quite buttery, and I think the birds will enjoy them."
That's how you kill birds.
It is how you kill birds.
Don't feed birds bread.
But you kind of approach, you notice as soon as you take a step out from the side of the wall you were against, the nimblewright notes you, cocks its head to a side, and you see its little mechanical eyes focused on you there, like holding the little seed out for the bird. The bird doesn't seem to care that you're there. It's nibbling happily. And as you approach and you tell him this, doesn't move. Doesn't seem to... It's hard for you to tell if it even heard you. But you do see you.
Okay, so it is looking at me. Malia will just kind of approach slowly, and she's like, "Is it all right if I come closer?" She just continues like holding out the bread.
The nimblewright doesn't move.
Okay. Malia's going to try to get as close as she can. Kind of like a little bit going like in this direction, like this.
Yeah, sure. Show me with your token how close you're willing to get.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so about 5 feet away. And are you just like standing there? Or have you like crouched down to his level, or?
Yeah, as she approaches, she just kind of comes up, and as she's getting closer, she'll like lower down and just hold out with both hands the food.
It seems now one of the birds has noticed you. The one on his shoulder looks over and spies the food and flaps over and lands on your finger and begins eating the crumbs out from your hand. It definitely seems like birds in this area are quite used to being fed by hand and by anything. It seems rather comfortable with being fed. Again, the nimblewright has not moved its little mechanical eyes from your face.
So Malia will actually like kneel and kind of settle down, kind of sitting, and she'll just like let the birds eat, and she'll look up at the nimblewright and be like, "Do you come here often?"
There's no response.
No response. I have some friends over there. Is it all right if they come close? And she'll point at maybe one of their heads are poking around the corner.
See the little eyes flash that way, but then come back to your face, and there's no movement other than that.
Friends, perhaps you can approach slowly.
Right. All right. Well, a slow approach it is. Where'd you go? There you are.
We went to the same square.
Yeah, so you approach slowly, and again, it seems that the construct takes in your presence, but doesn't move.
Is he broken?
When we look at him, does he appear to have any kind of broken bits, scratched up?
Make me a perception check. 13. Doesn't seem any worse for wear.
Here you go, Cry. You can continue feeding the birds if you want.
Malia, having spent time in the city, and maybe, the Temple of the House of Inspired Hands generally has like a parade where like they have these nimblewrights during it and stuff like that, showing off each of these things. Roll me a history check real quick. 20.
Ooh, baby.
You know nimblewrights. You know that nimblewrights don't speak. You know that they understand a particular language, depending on who the owner is and the creator is. You know that they don't speak. You also know that they need direction from their owner to be able to do anything.
I heard you say that they don't speak and they know the language of their creator, ? But I didn't hear anything after that.
They need direction from their creator to do anything. Or from their owner, depending.
Say Nim is the creator.
Malia will tell this information.
20, you know Nim is the creator, but you also know Nim is not the owner.
That would be Lady Grawl.
I think we might have lost Mike. I don't know if it's all pixelated for everyone else.
Oh my god, he's horrifying looking.
Oh my god, what happened to me last time on his screen?
Oh no, Mike.
Did I do a thing? Is my,
my
stuff
god.
broken?
You know what?
Oh my god.
Hang on. We'll take our break right here, and we'll resolve the camera issues, and then we'll be right back. All right, guys? Hey guys, once again, thank you for watching the first half of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, episode 12. I do appreciate that. Big thank you to Karmagen. Subscribe for 10 months. Thank you, man. 10 months. Almost a big old year. If you guys need to get caught up on any of these things, we do have Waterdeep Dragon Heist and our new show, DieFall Cypress, available in podcast form. If you want to go check those out on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud, and leave a little review and maybe give us 5 stars. It always helps us out. Additionally, if you want to catch the actual video versions, you can head on over to the YouTube where they're all uploaded every week. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to DieFall Presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist, episode 12. We have a little bit of a robot problem. And our party is trying to figure out whether or not they want to kill this one or, I don't know, figure out something else.
Why it's gotta be cute?
Yeah, rude.
Why's it gotta be cute?
Moral
I gotta
dilemmas
give you some
now.
kind of I gotta give you some kind of moral dilemma. I mean, you were just coming out to slay the construct to save the other one, but now you're just gonna maybe save this one and let the other one rot in an attic. So
We're morally
present
fluid.
your players. You gotta present your players with morally gray areas. Otherwise, it's what are you really challenging them?
Malia will ask the nimblewright, nod if you can understand me.
There's a slight inclination of the head.
I am going to check your pockets.
There's no movement.
Nod if that's okay.
It just kind of sits there and stares at you.
Does that look like a nod?
Does that look like a nod to you? I think that was a little bit of a nod, right?
Do you want me to use mage hand, perhaps? You don't want to be too close?
Okay.
Just to be on the safe side, we don't need any more exploding acid on anyone.
Oh, I remember that. She leans away a little bit.
Okay, this won't hurt. We're just going to check and see if you have anything dangerous on you. Not what she's looking for. She's definitely looking for stone.
Or
and she will use mage hand.
Cast
Frisco.
mage hand. And the invisible hand pushes itself forward. As soon as the mage hand comes into contact with the nimblewright, it springs upwards, dashing all of the birds and things all over the place. And seemingly from nowhere under the rags and in the trash and garbage and refuse, it holds a long rapier and dagger, one in each hand. And it is leaning forward at you.
It's less cute now.
Is it defensive or threatening?
Roll me an insight check with disadvantage because this is a construct.
Trying to read a robot.
11. It's really hard to tell.
Either way, bow's out.
Your bow's out?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and roll me some initiative.
Oh, shit.
If he dies, he dies.
Wow. Okay.
That's inspiration. That's not initiative. There we go.
Yeah. Remember to click your tokens first, and then, then go ahead.
Whoops.
Mina, you go first.
Wait, I think that worked. Okay.
Okie dokie.
All right, let me get this guy real quick. Oh, it doesn't want to let me do anything. All right, hang on a second. I have to refresh my page. So all the music's gonna die for a sec.
That's okay.
Molly is like, I don't think it liked that.
Yeah, getting magic cast at you is not necessarily the best way to get on someone's good side.
Depends on the spell, baby.
True. All right, everything's loading. Sorry about that. So we've got a 23 from Malia, a 19 from Cry, a 19 from Mina, and a 20 from Varus. And of course, I forgot to even put the tracker up, so none of that is there. So I'll have to add turns individually here, but that's totally fine. And then let me get nimblewright back up. Boom. Let me click. Yes, it lets me click. Okay, that's the best. All right, so he's going to get his initiative there, and I'll minimize all of these things. The nimblewright rolls a 19. Let's see, where's add initiative? Add turn. So Molly had the 23, and I'm going to get the music back going as I do all of this all at the same time. That's smart of me. Okay. Cry with a 19. Wow, you guys rolled really well.
Yeah.
23.
Just gonna be like ones and twos here on out.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys have been rolling really well during the show today.
Well.
Mina 19.
I opened with a nat 1.
Varus with a flat 20. Man, that is looking good. Okay, again, this is just initiative order because you're both making somewhat threatening stances at each other. So we're just gonna figure out what's going on in terms of initiative. So at the top of the turn order is Malia. Molly, you're still crouched where you were before. It has leapt up in front of you, drawn its blades. The birds have scattered to the wind. What would you like to do?
Malia's instinctive reaction would be to first stand up. She kind of holds her hands out and she says, Now, dear. Lower your weapons. We do not mean any harm.
Roll me a persuasion check.
We have come to just have a look.
$19. Well rolled. Let's see if it believes you in any way, shape, or form. It is a construct. It is not super intelligent. 6. It seems persuaded. You see as the blades somewhat fall. It doesn't seem to be in such a readied stance anymore. But it is still wary.
You look like someone that we are looking for. We heard they have something that does not belong to them. We just want to have a look. Empty out your pockets, please.
It sheathes the dagger and reaches inside the rags to seemingly maybe a secretly sewn pocket somewhere, and it pulls out a small scroll.
Oh.
And it kind of just tosses it in front of himself onto the ground.
Molly is like, please don't get stabbed. Please don't get stabbed. She's going to reach down and try to reach for it very slowly. It's kind of like holding her hands up as she's doing it.
You all watch as like the construct's eyes just follows as she leans down, very wary of what's happening. You pick it up and it's a small It's kind of like, about yay big, rolled up. And do you open it?
Yes, please. Very slowly.
Yeah, you open it up and it's a map. It's a map of Waterdeep. It shows one of the wards. There's a large X and a name next to it. It says Grinda Garloth. And the X is on the dock ward. It's kind of near Mert's place. Mistshore, you seem to remember, is the name of the neighborhood.
Do you have any stones? Please give us a stone if you have one.
Nothing happens.
Malia just kind of leans away with the map. Friends, I think this is what we were looking for.
True. That does look like an X marking the spot.
But don't we need to kill him?
Oh, I don't want to kill this guy.
Malia will say in Elvish to the nimblewright, "Nod if you can understand me."
Nothing.
She looks over to the group and hopes that someone knows Elvish. She says, "What are we going to do here?"
I don't know Elvish.
I do know Elvish.
Yeah, I know Elvish too. Cry's just lost as we're all talking in our
Cry's
language.
Cry's gonna nod, be like,
It's the word of magic!
Is there a way we can perhaps fool the whatever the brawl?
What are you looking to do?
Gond. That's the word I'm looking for. There's too many G names.
The Temple of Gond?
Yes.
Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah. Is there a way we can perhaps fabricate something to make it look like we killed the nimblewright and then send the nimblewright away? Spare its life. Although it can only go so far away from its thingamabob, right? That's how they work.
Oh, the amulet that controls it.
Mm-hmm.
oh wait, I don't speak Elvish.
But this is so far away from the Graalhund village. I mean, the Graalhund manor. Perhaps this one is not bound by the same rules. It is quite a distance between the Nim in the tower and the Graalhund villa.
Well, it's not that far from the tower. I think that's just south of us.
Well, assuming that this nimblewright here was there in Graalhund villa.
Does it have its own amulet? Is it wearing an amulet?
You don't see one?
Varys will say in Elvish, if we don't want to kill it, but we need to think that it's dead, maybe we get it to give us a piece of it. Go and say, we killed it, and show him that. But he might not want to break part of himself off.
Yes, I can't imagine that would be very comfortable.
And if we have to deal with the fallout and our deception is realized, we will be in quite a bit of trouble.
True. Could always say we never found it and try and find another way to rescue Nim from his grounding.
Perhaps we should just leave it here. But But what of the nimblewright in the tower?
I don't know.
Do we to save him?
Okay, but I want a nimblewright. Look how cool they are.
I think that perhaps this nimblewright, if it is still bound to the Lady Growlhund, then it might become a problem in the future. Especially considering that it had been involved with a fireball near our home.
You remember back, and as far as you know, this nimblewright murdered a lot of people. But it is also a construct, so...
Clearly that was Lady Growlhund's fault, and I have plans for her.
Ooh.
In a way, this nimblewright is a weapon. And do we want to leave this weapon lying around?
I need a way for us to tie Lady Growlhund to those fireballs. So if that involves keeping this guy alive, we might need to do that. I wonder how we get possession of this nimblewright.
Yeah, we need to find out who owns its stone thing, right?
I would presume Lady Growlhund.
I would also presume so. Unless she gave it to her half-orc guard.
Urstil Floxton.
No.
No, Urstil was
The half-orc. I don't think we ever...
guy.
Did we ever get the half-orc's name? I don't even know if we did.
Yeah, I think so. At some point in time. Well, you know what? You were never told the name. You just saw him there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does have a name, but...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff the half.
It was spelled G off.
Okay.
Does it make me a bad person that I think we should get rid of the problem? With a bit of... She just make like a shanking motion with her hand.
Oh my god.
It's a machine. It doesn't have feelings. It's not really alive.
But think... It came here, and it was feeding birds. What does that mean?
Birds were on it.
No, it was feeding them.
The DM looks entirely too pleased at our conundrum.
I love that we're just like having this discussion and Cry can't understand us at all.
Yeah.
I want to say...
What are you doing?
She just, like... I want to say she saw the shanking motion, at least, and is like...
Yeah, you're watching.
No. She looks at Malia and is like, you're not thinking right now about killing this... She's giving her a big frown.
Malia just kind of blushes and she just looks down a little bit.
Cry's gonna reach into her pockets and pull out the rest of the crumpled... It's probably not even it's just crumbs.
Yeah, it's just crumbs.
And she's gonna haughtily walk away from the group and slowly go to try and present the crumbs to the nimblewright.
The nimblewright eyes you as you approach, crumbs in hand, blade still in one of its hands, and just watches you.
I know the law, bitch. I've been dead 3 times. I can take it. She's gonna kind of sprinkle a little bit on the floor. Wait for the birds.
How long do you want to wait?
There are gonna be no birds.
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of commotion in a very brief amount of time. They might be They were just thrust from their perches, and one of them was making a nest. His nest is now destroyed.
No! His head nest.
Yeah, his little head nest is gone now, so it may be a minute. I mean, especially if you're like placing it in the middle of all of these people.
True. Oh, Cry wants to help. Are his little nest pieces on the ground? Did it come off in a nest clump, or has it just been completely...
No, I mean, it was like making a nest. It was in the first stages of it, so it's been dashed to the like refuse and rags and trash around this corner of this alley.
Can I grab a stick of a nest piece?
Sure,
then?
There's like a twig next to you.
Yeah, and hold it out.
The nimblewright does not move.
Oh.
Malia's gonna back up while all of this is happening.
Oh my god, y'all, I'm gonna get stabbed, but I am trying to...
As soon as Malia starts moving backwards, the eyes move directly over to Malia.
Quit fucking moving. She, is gonna take the twig and put it on her head. Look for a reaction out of a robot.
Nothing.
She's gonna hold her arm out to go put it on his head.
It watches you intently.
Okay, she's gonna tippy-toe over nice and slowly and try to put the twig back where she thinks it would fit for nesting.
You place it on its weirdly metal wood head.
So it stayed?
I mean, it's just like resting on it. Yeah, sure.
Oh, she's gonna pick up another one.
Oh no.
And do it again. All while this conversation is happening. Looking back
Sure,
and be like,
yeah.
He has feelings, bitches!
Cry is making a nest.
Malia looks guilty and she says, okay, perhaps... In Elvish, she's like, okay, perhaps we don't...
But we still have to figure out what to do with it. Do you think leaving it here is a good idea?
I think our only two real options are deal with it or leave it to be. I don't think we're going to be able to recruit it into some intricate plan.
Yes, I don't think it would listen to us if we asked it to do anything. All right, well, we're not killing it, so I guess we're leaving it here.
Is there a way we can keep tabs on it in case to find it late? We have no way of like tagging it so that we can just
putting a tracker on it.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
you
I don't think so.
have the locator, but that only works within 500 feet.
Right.
Unless you have a spell of some kind.
Can Cry get the croissant crumbs and try and put them in the hand that is now open? So he dropped the dagger.
Oh, no. So he has one hand on his blade, and the other one is just at its side.
Oh.
Because it sheathed the dagger and tossed out the
Could you go to
scroll.
reach for it?
The dagger?
Gently, ever so gently and kindly.
I know you probably can't hear me, but the dagger or the hand?
No, the hand, not the dagger.
Okay.
What do you think?
Okay.
I'm about to fight? I ain't a fighting mood.
I asked the dagger, and you said ever so gently, so I thought... Gotcha. You reach for his hand.
His sweet little robot hand.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Wait.
Oh my god,
Animal
please,
handling
dice gods.
with disadvantage.
Animal handling.
Yeah.
Okay, persuasion, you said?
Yeah, persuasion's fine.
Oh.
Just so everyone knows, because you can't see what I rolled. Yeah, okay. Unlucky for Cry. You rolled persuasion. So that's I don't know why you rolled it like 4 different times.
I know,
I'm gonna go with
it was,
the first
I
one.
hit it twice. I apologize.
The first one is a natural 20, a 23. The nimblewright also natural 20'd at a 19 because he has a -1 intelligence. You grab his hand.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. She's gonna put the shit into his hand.
Shit.
Brain is not working right now. And close the little fingers on top of it.
Mm-hmm. And you close his like wooden fingers on top of the crumbs in his hand. He just looks at you. Again, the other hand holding his rapier is just like out to the side.
Yeah, that one doesn't matter.
Intently looking at you.
And she's done. She has said her piece and is going to not test her luck any farther and back up.
Yeah, you take a step back and
I'll go over with Malia.
just holds the crumbs in its hand, sits there, and watches as you back away. Everyone speaking in Elvish, what are you doing?
My vote will be that we leave it be. She says in common. In common. She'll say that in common.
Okay.
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 She'll
Varys is
call.
unhappy about that, but is like, fine.
Sure.
Malia will call out to the nimblewright and she says, if you require any refuge, whatever reason, you can come to the Troll Skull Manor. And there we will have a home for you. Not if you understand.
It's like an almost imperceptible inclination of the head.
Well, we have a map.
Okay. Real quick. Before we go. Is there any way to take him with us back home? If we just keep him there, he can't destroy anything else. We'll just lock him in the basement.
Did you
Or the
say
acid
that?
room.
With all of our expensive wine.
I don't think we're going to be able to have it follow us.
You can live with me.
Also,
He
we
can
must
water
remember,
Kry's plants.
this one, and she's gonna say, switch over to Elvish now. He's the one who caused the fireball. If anyone recognizes him coming to our home, that might be a problem.
DM,
Yes.
does he have any features about him that would distinguish him from any other nimblewright?
Nimblewrights as a whole are relatively rare, except for that one kind of festival season, and though they are utilized as servants or errand runners or things like that, it's generally cheaper for people to just, have an errand boy for a copper rather than spend a couple thousand gold on a magically, created construct. They are rare, but in the North Ward, there's probably, maybe one or two. In the docks, they're utilized for their labor. So it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. As for defining features, it's wearing rags, but it's that metal and wood construct that it's known as pretty average as nimblewrights go.
So if maybe stripped it down, if it would let us, and if anyone asked, we just say, this is our robot for Troll Skull, not the one that blew up the alley. Who's to say that it's not just ours and that one? They all look the same.
Malia will say, oh, Varys, don't be so indecent. And she's going to start taking off her cloak. Very carefully, she's going to the cloak over by the boxes, just moving slowly.
Your nice cloak?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She feels bad for offering to kill it.
Yeah. So she'll put the cloak like over here.
Okay. Yeah, it watches you carefully as you place the cloak, noting that you're not making threatening moves towards it.
The cloak is for you. If you want to come to Trollskull Manor for refuge, wear the cloak. It has a hood. Not if you understand.
Again, almost unnoticeable inclination of the head.
It has a hood. Do you know what hood means? Oh my god, I love.
All right, friends. Where to now?
Shall
Nah.
we,
If we're taking it home, we should probably go home.
I don't think it's coming with us.
yes, I feel like we probably won't be able to convince it to us.
Or we'll come home and he will be there later.
Just he's standing in the middle of the room with the cloak draped over him.
Oh, my son has returned home.
Oh. Like all of our other plans is gonna go terribly wrong.
Nah, it's been going good.
What are you talking about? Nothing has gone wrong.
Well,
Better than how we all started.
True.
Death.
So do you guys leave the alley?
Yeah, Molly is
Yeah.
gonna be like, the Dark Ward is a long walk.
Do we want to catch a Dre, or are we good now? Are we still queasy as heck?
I mean, it's been some time, but I mean, I assume you all as people have experienced hangovers before. In that sometimes it lasts for hours and hours. I mean, you're heroes, so you're managing, but no, you don't feel, perfect.
I feel great.
Yeah, shut up. You almost died.
It might be a bit gratuitous to show up in the Dark Ward riding a personal Dre.
True, but we could get closer to it than spending the whole day walking.
Mm-hmm.
You note now that, it's about midday.
High noon.
Hi, son. Hi, son.
You're reminded of how you're not responding to Istrid Horn's letter.
Yeah.
He's probably a narc.
I feel like that was intentional.
No, it's fine. I'm just letting you know. It crosses your mind as you exit the alley, and hire
Just
a
so
Dre.
we're all clear, we're definitely not going to the City of the Dead, right? Mina? Varys? Cry?
Yeah. I think avoiding that contact is probably a good idea. Who knows who's watching?
I've already died twice. I'm in no hurry to go back to the City of the Dead.
Sure. Might I suggest you catch a Dre and head on down to the dock ward then? Okay. So I've got you guys on the map here in chat. I'll bring it up in a second. The map that you were given shows you Mist Shore down in the Naval Harbor section of the dock ward, just south of Mert's mansion. So, chat.
Well, that is a big X.
He wasn't kidding when he was talking about how big that X is.
Yeah, that's a very large X.
You think it's there?
No,
I don't think it's there.
I don't think it's there.
We gonna get bamboozled.
That was actually more for me so I could find it. But yes. No, the X itself actually marks a home in Mistshore. So I've marked it here on this because it's easier for us to find. But it actually marks a house on the docks in Mistshore.
Ooh.
So maybe we take our dray close-ish there and then walk the rest of the way?
Yeah.
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 Like,
okay. So where do you want to? Yeah, you can absolutely do that. So you catch a dray, and it's gonna be. I mean, it's a busy day, and traffic is, as traffic is in Waterdeep, and you make your way down to the yawning portal. For the time being, and because of the way that events have transpired, we're going to count this as a short rest, and you all are now level 4.
Oh.
So this is kind of in the middle of where things were going to be, but that's fine. So I did advise you previously to be ready for level 4 shenanigans today. So hopefully you are, and you have your things selected and updated in your character sheet thusly. The last thing that we will need to do is update your stats here for HP, so you guys can roll your health points. We'll start where I have things listed here. So Cry, can you roll your HP for me for level 4, please?
Maybe. That was wrong. That was the wrong dice.
Yeah. So if you just hit your hit die button,
Yeah.
it'll roll it automatically.
Hit die. Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Why won't you do it?
Are you clicking the word hit die? Ooh, okay. So a 2. That's tough. So you have 21 total health at level 4.
Thanks.
And what else do you get at level 4? Because I know this is the we either get feats or we get stat increases.
I've got an ability score increase. And I want to increase my constitution by 2.
Okay, so it pops up to a +2, so you get an additional 4 hit points, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you'll have 25 total HP. Excellent. Malia, let's do you next, and I'm going to go ahead and get this rolling. As you guys head your way down to the docks district, we'll get some docks music going if it'll actually play. So, Malia, roll your health for me, please. You haven't already. Let me look. A 3. God.
Oh no!
Guys, this is tough. It's tough out here, you know. And Malia, what did you end up taking?
I took my 3rd level of Bard here, so I'm a Rogue 1 Bard 3. I get my Bardic College. And
yes.
Yes, I will have received some manner of training in the College of Glamour.
Yes.
Ooh, yes. Glamorous. Excellent.
That gives me 2 things. A Mantle of Inspiration, which basically bonus action. I have a wondrous appearance. I can do some fancy stuff there for my party. And then yes. And then I have an enthralling performance. So I can charge seductive fey magic into my performances.
Oh, wow. Nice.
And
okay.
I think I choose a number of humanoids within 60 feet of me. Basically, I get to magically charm them. And
okay, that's cool.
The awesome part is if they fail the wisdom saving throw, they don't know that I tried to charm them.
Even better. All right, very nice. Very nice.
And then there's one last thing I get, and it's expertise. And I get to choose 2 skills to throw expertise onto.
Oh, nice. Cool. Do you know which 2 you're going to pick?
Yes, I'm going to take persuasion and performance.
Perfect. Perfectly fits. All right, Mina, you're next up on the list here. Roll me some HP.
HP. Oh, that's better.
Crit 9. Wow, you are... That's great. So you have 32 total hit points now. And what are you doing at level 4?
So I pretty much just get an ability score increase or a feat. And I'm struggling. I couldn't decide if I want Warcaster or if I want to go up in stats.
Okay, we'll give it a quick think, and we'll do Varys' health.
Yeah.
Varys,
right.
Can you roll me your HP, please?
Hate.
Nice. Not bad, not bad. So that is 25 total HP now. And what are you doing for your level 4? 25, yes.
Yeah, all I get is an ability score improvement, so I gave my dexterity a little bump up.
Yeah, another 2 there, so you get a +4 on your dex now?
Yep.
Nice, nice. You're a dexterous boy. Congratulations.
Boy.
Well, that didn't take very long, Mina, so hopefully you have resolved what you need to do.
Sorry.
Rude.
Warcaster or
I think we're going Warcaster. I just gotta copy and paste the information over.
Sure,
it's not
absolutely fine. Your stat stuff is fixed there, and you can continue to do that as we make our way towards the dock ward here. Yeah. So, Mist Shore. Let's see. Where's my Mist Shore? Oh, because I had to restart stuff. Oops. Sorry. So those of you that have lived in Waterdeep and have been around the docks areas, which I believe is probably just Malia and Varys at this point in time, you know the name Mist Shore. And you remember it for a great fire that broke out last year. Really putting a lot of hurt in an already poor neighborhood. Mist Shore is a rundown dock ward neighborhood that just reeks of fish and scorched timber. You know, a fire swept through the area a little over a year ago, and most of the buildings are now burned out shells with, at best, sails for roofs. Fishing poles and nets line the dock of the 15-foot deep water harbor. It's a riotous assemblage of ramshackle homes made of wood from old ships and inhabited by impoverished Waterdavians. Several buildings are just ash. Some were rebuilt, but others ruined beyond all repair, and they're used as roofless dens by homeless children and rats. So you make your way from where you get dropped off at the yawning portal down through the dock wards, ever closer to Mist Shore. And when you finally get down on Sail Street, walking over to the area, that's what you see. You see these burned out houses, lots of ash, sails for roofs, and rats around. Yeah, so you want to just... What would you like to do from here?
Does Malia know of any rumors of why there was a fire or what the cause was?
Roll me a history check.
Okay.
A 10. You don't really recall, you know, there was varying stories. Some of them seem pretty standard in that, like, a ship had delivered some cargo that was, you know, flammable nature, and it got out of control after someone had lit a pipe and it exploded on the ship. To even more outlandish things, where a demon had risen from out of the water and cast fire across the docks itself, being angered at people hunting for treasure in the Waterdeep harbor. To another where it's been said that there's a wizard that lives in the area that does odd experiments, and maybe one had gone wrong.
A nimblewright with a necklace of fireballs.
Yeah, and the last one is a nimblewright, a necklace of fireballs blowing up the area.
Malia would share all of these stories with the group as we're walking.
Yeah, sure.
I think she would have...
Would he... And he was kind of a poor orphan child. Would he maybe have any...
Yeah, roll me a history. It'll be relevant more to probably what you would know.
14.
You knew it was an impoverished neighborhood. You also knew that this is where a lot of the orphan kids would go when they kind of like to have camps around here. And you yourself have probably made use of them at some point in time.
Right.
Maybe when you were younger and the area was not burned out, it was maybe a little bit more comfortable to live in. Other than that, you know that you could pick up odd jobs here from some of the mercenaries that end up docking here. This is one of the more unsavory dock sections of Waterdeep.
But he doesn't have any better idea of what started the fire.
No. That's a very particular piece of information. And as far as you know, the Waterdevian Guard never figured it out.
Okay. So we gotta be careful here.
Okay.
I think Malia would have had the sense to stash her fancy hat into her backpack.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can stash it, and that's fine. You make your way down Mist Shore, and you notice there's a large ship, and you see on the side of it, it says the Kraken's Folly. But it's beached. It's not at the docks. It seems to run aground. See some things up on the decks. Looks like some movement, but you're not super sure at this distance what it is. Possibly people. Yep.
Kind of
So you want to
looking at the map.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you're reading the map, and I mean the big X is over a house, and it says Grinda Garloth written next to it. Trying to see if there's anything else around here that might be. Yeah, it's over towards the edge. It's towards the back of the beached ship is where that X is. It seems to be right behind it. And actually, you know what? We might as well just do this. I'll just grab your tokens and let's take you guys on a little ride over to an actual map.
Whee!
Yeah, right?
Be gentle.
Be gentle. And Chad, I'll get that figured out for you in just a moment. So let's say you're right here. Whoa, those tokens are much larger than this map. Hang on. Wait, why is the map not figured out? Wait, what happened here? All right, hang on. I gotta resize everything, apparently.
Mist Shore is also a neighborhood of gnomes, so everything's smaller.
Yeah, right? It's actually, everything is just absolutely tiny. Okay, and I'll move you guys to a relative place here. It looks like they shrunk this portion of the map, sorry. It's a little bit awkward. You guys are here, and it looks like some of the light is interesting here. Let's see if I can't give it the old global illumination. Okay, it's already done, but you are line of sight restricted. So you're kind of making your way down through this area. Over here, where I've pinged for you, that's actually the wall of the ship. And it kind of like stands out from behind these walls in front of you here. But yeah, you're more than welcome to kind of like finagle with this if you'd like. You do hear a commotion to your east right now. Sounds like banging on the door and some shouting. Not that door, but like kind of down and around in this direction.
Okay. Do we want to investigate the banging or go to the X?
Well,
It is in the direction of the X, by the way.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
behind
we'll
the
probably
ship.
see it
Yeah,
either
it's hard to tell like with all, but you're like kind of in like the crush of these like slum-like buildings. So what you don't see on the map is the fact that they're not very tall. So you see like the tops of the ship to your south here, right? You can see the deck of the ship and it's like fallen over sails and things like that. So like if you move around the corner here, you can kind of just see like it continues over in that direction, and that's the direction that your X is.
Okay.
Sorry, Chad. I'll bring this back up for you.
We can have a peek at what the ruckus is all about. It is in the way, after all.
Yeah, so you kind of slowly make your way over there, and as you get closer, it becomes more apparent that it's a group of ruffians of some kind banging on the door. And make me a perception check, please. Varus 18, Malia 22, Mina 5.
Hold on 1 second. Can you repeat what that check was supposed to be?
Perception, please.
Oh, okay, I see. Sorry, you got out.
It's all good. And 19. So everyone but Mina, you hear this. Come on, Grinda! I know you got that stone in there. Open up this door.
How does Mina not hear that?
She hears the
something.
shouting. She hears the shouting, but she doesn't necessarily make out what it is.
Was that Mert?
No, it was not Mert.
Oh, it seems that that commotion is exactly what we came here for.
Weird.
Let's get a closer look at what's going on over there.
What great timing.
Do we have to head this way?
Yeah. So you just kind of like head up in that direction.
Eesh.
Yeah, so just move like a couple squares at a time here, and you'll eventually see what you need to see. You're heading in the direction of the X, as far as you know, and so there's kind of this little alley in between here. What looks to be like on your north side here, it's like the back end of a ship has been turned into like a shed of some kind. It's like a little dilapidated looking. Into the south of you here, it looks like kind of like an office building. It's one of the nicer buildings here, and it looks newer. But yeah, as you keep getting closer, you can hear the banging at the door, and someone yelling out for his lads to break the door in.
I think that's our cue.
Oh dear.
Oh, I see them.
Yeah, so you sneak forward and you see. I'm assuming you're sneaking forward, or are you walking forward?
Yes, sneaky.
Sneak. Yeah, so in front of this house here, right on the docks, you see this band of banditry in front, banging on the door, looking like they're trying to find some kind of like plank or wood or some kind of like stump of some kind to bash the door in, yelling about a stone and how Grinda needs to open it up or they're gonna gut her like a fish. All sorts of wonderful things.
Yeah.
And if you are sneaking, please roll me stealth checks.
That doesn't sound wonderful.
Yeah, right? All wonderfully graphic things, right?
Ooh.
Varus, 25, Mina, 15.
Malia, 8.
Malia, 8. Sorry, I didn't see that at the top. And Cry, 15. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see all of them. So let me see. Okay, yeah. As a group, you make your way forward stealthily, and it doesn't look like anyone has noticed you. It looks like the commotion of them trying to break into the door is enough to distract them at the time being. You're able to get relatively close. I think if you try to get any closer than where you are right now, like as far as Cry is, they'd notice. Yeah, it looks like the squares are double length. Just call them 5, it's fine.
Okay, cool.
I think this map is slightly broken, and I didn't notice it.
Malia says, are we going to stab each?
Those of you that are at the front, Cry and Molly, what are your passive perceptions? And Varus, you could probably see from right here too. I think Mina's a little bit too far in the back and like probably pressed up against the wall or something.
14?
That at 12.
14.
12.
Malia, you notice that one of them is a dwarf, large for a dwarf, and covered in tattoos, most notable of which is a large black-winged snake across his back.
Zentarum.
Know that symbol?
Dude.
You also notice that his left hand and forearm seem to be missing. And it looks like he has a crossbow strapped to the stump.
Oh.
Varys once dead.
Molly is going to say, why don't we say hello? It's kind of mimics like shooting a bow.
Oh, is that the signal for me to just fire into the crowd?
Oh,
It's better than you shooting at a random peasant boy, I think.
No,
how much destruction do we want to do? How much destruction are we looking for?
I'm ready. I got my new spell. I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, they have not noticed you yet, so I'm not making you roll the initiative. Call this a surprise action.
Let me look at.
Are we trying to be sneaky with the surrounding area, not them? The surrounding area.
Oh.
Question.
Yeah. Remember, you guys are just north of this ship. So, like, here, let me ping the area for you. This is one of the back walls of the ship. This is the stern here. So you're right on the back end of the ship, and you remember when you were walking up, you did see people walking around on top of it.
Oh. In that case, perhaps they should strike first. Then we have self-defense, and it's less legal than attacking a citizen.
I think that's more legal. Not less.
I have a question. How many people can I affect with sleep?
It's an area, and you have a max amount of HP that you can affect, starting with the lowest amount. So you roll, I don't know what level you have it cast at, but you roll an amount, and then those hit points, you subtract from that total rolled, and however many hit points you do is however many people fall asleep. So like for Varys, you'd cast the spell, and if you cast over a 25, he would fall asleep.
But if you cast 24, nothing happens.
Nothing happens. But let's say you cast 40, right? Okay, so the first 25 affect, let's say affect Malia, who has the lowest HP there.
Okay.
And then the next portion would affect Varys, but it's not enough, so he doesn't fall asleep.
Okay. Well, let's just kill them.
The long sleep.
The long sleep. The permanent.
Malia is going to shout out at them.
Oh, well, if we're shouting.
If we're shouting.
Hey, that's illegal.
Yeah, they all like stop all of a sudden and turn around and look at you, the thick, tattooed up shield dwarf staring you down. What? Who are you lot? What are you doing here? Get out of here before I kill you.
Is that a threat?
Was that a threat?
I think that was a threat.
I know. That's a promise. And he unleashes the crossbow bolt from his left arm that he has strapped there. Directly, I guess Cry is at the front here, so it's going to be going directly for Cry. Dialectally for Cry. Yeah, and so he's going to with his heavy crossbow. Does a 6 hit you? I don't think it does.
No.
Oh, yeah. I think you dodge deftly out of the way, and it thuds into the aft portion of this ship here that's been turned to some kind of storeroom. And he misses.
Oh, baby. It's over now.
I love how you can layer,
Varys is going to yell, I only got one eye, and I can do better than that.
Oh!
Whoa.
That's fired.
he looks slightly embarrassed by this. It is like ratcheting back his crossbow again on his arm. But I'm gonna need you guys to roll some initiative for me, please, after I clear it right now. All right, go ahead and roll.
Yeah.
Malia says, "Attacking citizens is illegal. This is self-defense."
This is self-defense.
Does everybody hear me? Self-defense. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Whew. So Cry 26, Mina 9, Varus 11, and Malia 23 with our various different bandits flitted out throughout this. Malia, you do have the first move at a 23, and Chad, I will get you.
I have 26.
Yeah, I think Cry
Wait,
is.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Cry's
not on the
26.
sheet. Did you click?
Well-
did you click your token?
She rolled too early, probably.
You didn't click your.
My
didn't click
token
your
was selected.
Token. Didn't
I'll
click
just
your
re-roll.
token.
It's fine. I don't care.
No. I
fine,
can
I
add
don't
it just quickly. 26.
Well,
Well, whatever.
Why did
You rolled.
Okay.
There it is. Malia, 23. You do begin this.
Okay.
And Chad, I'll show you the thing in a second here. Sorry.
I will move here. No, here. And I will cast Bardic Inspiration
Okay.
on Cry. So Malia like lifts up a hand. You see little pink flittering glittery lights just float up and they just kind of like nestle onto Cry, and she says, "Show them what you've got, my darling."
yeah, baby.
That's a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
So
Still
I
your
will
action.
hold my action for if something gets into melee range, I'm gonna stab it.
Okay, yeah. So you're waiting for someone to kind of run up to you. Understood. Cry. It is your go here.
Okay, I want to shatter, and I want to shatter in the right on top of the meaty one. I want him to be the epicenter. I've been thinking a lot about earthquakes.
Yeah. So you wanna cause one right outside the door here. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You can totally
I'm gonna do it.
totally do that.
I only live once. And I want to use my inspiration. Oh wait, no, never
Well,
mind.
so it's a spell.
I know, yeah, no.
So it has probably a save.
Yep.
So if you want to go ahead and cast the spell in the chat, we'll go through it.
Right. Oh my god.
Okay, a DC 13 Constitution save. Wow. Hang on. Oh my gosh, you rolled almost the minimum amount.
Are you
Yeah, you rolled 2,
fucking
1, and 1
serious?
out of a 3d8. So maybe less of a shatter and more of like a large stone being tossed in that general direction. But a DC 13 con save, I have 4 bandits. So hang on a second. So 1, 2, 3,
show them what
4.
you're made out of?
And then this was the big guy. You put it on the epicenter of the big guy. He does fail and takes the full brunt of that 4 damage directly to the mouth. Yeah, and he goes, because it makes this sound. It goes, but the shockwave was a little lacking in that regard. So the con save, let's say it's this top one here. He fails it, so he takes all 4 hit points of damage there. If they succeed, it's half, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So then 1, 2, 3 of them succeed, and they only take the 2 damage here. So I will go ahead and please let me edit. Let me edit. Let me edit. All right, there we go. I forgot to hit enter like a dummy. Okay, Cry, is there anything else that you would like to do?
No.
Oh,
Frown.
sorry, Cry.
I'm good back here.
It is now the first bandit's turn, and he like after the shatter, and he kind of like, oh, my head, the guy next to him with the crossbow arm takes out his right hand and slaps him on the back and shoves him forward. He goes, "Get over there and kill that lot!" And he goes, "Oh, all right, this, yeah, of course." And right when he gets there, he gets stabbed at by Malia. Malia, go ahead and attempt to hit this lad.
Do I get sneak attack damage because he...
You will if you hit, yes.
Okay. I think I have to click it before I try to roll the hit. Blah!
A 25 absolutely hits, yes. So go ahead and roll the damage there. So 10 total damage. He runs up. His scimitar out, and like tries to slice at you, and you funk directly into him as he runs at you, and you see this like kind of confusion and surprise over his eyes, and then he slumps off your blade onto the ground, clearly dead.
Oh, that was fast.
I mean, that was 10 damage. They're not like overtly terrifying, but yeah. Yeah, well done. The next bandit, seeing that, turns around and looks at you. And he pulls out a crossbow and then fires that crossbow across the way directly at Malia. As like the guy in front of her falls down, a crossbow bolt comes flying at you. That's a 23 that does 13 piercing damage. It's a crit. So like you see him and you're a little bit smug about like instantly killing this guy, and then as soon as he slumps off your sword and you see it and just shoom, a crossbow bolt slams into your chest.
Start bleeding profusely. I look
God.
Yeah, that's a crit. That's gonna hurt. You hear a laugh from the other side. All right. And that's that bandit's turn. He's like reloading his crossbow. Big guy here. Big guy. Again, I keep saying, I should say tatted up dwarf man. Yells out, "Hey, fish boy, get your ass up here and help us. What do you think we hire you for?"
Fish boy?
Coming up out of the water here, directly onto the land as it leaps up, is a giant marrow. It looks at you, and you hear a because it has to warble at you because it has gills. It's not like, it's yeah. But you see it there, holding. I think it has a trident. Hang on a second.
Oh my God.
Hang on, let me get it. Let me get the thing.
Joel, why you do this?
Hey, it's he has a like big old like a serrated harpoon in one hand, and he's got these like these big claws and this large mouth. So he comes up out of the water, and I'm gonna go ahead and just like make him. He's gonna roll his initiative as well, so we'll see where he ends up. But he just appears here during the other guy's turn. Okay, so he has an 8. So he goes after Mina. He's actually at the end. Feels good. Yeah, so he's in front of you though. And then Nazca, after he says that, unleashes another crossbow bolt across the way. The only person that he can see right now is Malia. So he shoots his crossbow bolt. A 16.
Fuck.
That hits.
That's 10 piercing damage as
I'm
the
down.
heavy crossbow bolt slams into the other side and downs our rogue bard friend.
No. Not again.
Now on the ground, bleeding out. I'm going to go ahead and give you these skull and crossbones.
Oh, thanks.
No.
So, someone's got to do something. It is now the next bandit's turn. It has line of sight here on Cry, and it unleashes a crossbow bolt at her. A 9, I don't believe, hits you.
Nope.
I think he's having trouble getting it around the big fish's body, and it kind of like just soars off to the side because he doesn't want to hit the big guy because he doesn't want to piss him off. But, and the last bandit here is going to continue to try and get inside this house. So he's going to make a strength check here. 18. The door shifts a little bit and pushes in. We get the camera view of like the crack opening, and we see like there's a bunch of furniture pushed up against the door. But, like, you see the bandit's face peek in. And he's like, we're coming to get you. And that is his turn. Varys, your go.
All right. First, what Varys is going to do is mark this fish beast with his hunter's mark.
Yeah. He is thusly marked.
And then he's going to take a shot with his bow.
So you pull out the bow, you've marked him with your bonus action, and you shoot.
26.
26 does indeed hit.
And then I hit him with that.
So you loose the arrow, and yep, deal your hunter's mark damage as well. Guys, your die rolls on damage has not been very good, but 8
We've
total
used it
damage
up
here.
on skill checks.
Yeah, it looks like. And you do, I mean, it sticks out. Definitely pierces through the scaly armor of the marrow, and he looks at you and warbles his displeasure. His little his under whiskers flailing a little bit, seawater splashing about.
Wow.
It's like the Gungan King.
Yeah, it's very close. It's very close, but a little bit more terrifying. Mina, it is your turn. Unless Varys, did you want to move?
No, I'm good where I'm at.
All right, Mina, it is your turn. You have a friend on the ground, and bandits in front of you.
I sure do. Mina's also going to cast Shatter.
Okay.
I don't know how to ping a spot on here. Hang on, where's the...
You click hold, so you just click and hold, and it'll ping a location.
There. So it's a 10-foot radius. So that's 10 foot each way from the middle point, right? I'm remembering radius correctly? Okay, good.
These are all 5-foot squares.
Yeah.
So 10-foot radius from the center should cover 2 squares out from each of these things. So you'll hit. That'd be 5, 10. Yeah, I mean you hit all of them.
Perfect. That's what we're doing.
Okay. Go ahead and cast some shatter.
Let's cast some shatter. Oh, or not cast shatter? Come on. Cast the thing.
It probably gave you a pop-up that said what level.
It did.
Okay. So you had a really great roll. DC 13 save or 19 thunder damage. This, as a somewhat echo, a thunderous encore to the first one, slams into the area with the force damage going in all directions. So that's 1, 2, 3 bandits remaining. The marrow and tattooed guy. DC 13. Mm-hmm. So only tattooed guy fails. The rest of them take 9 damage. Oh my god. All 3 of the bandits are thrown backwards, slamming into walls, dying instantaneously. This one is thrown into the door and like slightly inside of it. He's now in the home. He's thrown backwards so hard. And this one is thrown this direction and is dealt that much damage. The marrow is like shifted forward, and we get like this camera view of like the force peeling off scales from his back, like tearing through some of his fins, and he takes 9 damage here.
He was just hired for a job.
And tattooed guy did not make the save and takes the full 19 points of damage. And hang on, let me math this real quick. Okay. And is absolutely, he's also thrown backwards, and he like boom, slams into the side of the house here. Oh, is like holding his head. It's like, oh. And he looks up towards the aft end of the ship. He goes, "Hey, what do you think we're paying you for? Get down here!"
Fuck.
So I just dropped something in the chat there called Dark One's Blessing, which is at first level when you reduce a hostile 0 hit points, you gain temporary hit points equal to your charisma modifier plus your warlock level.
Oh!
Does that stack?
I don't know. It doesn't say. Up to you, DM.
The wording doesn't tell me it doesn't. But I'm not super sure. I'm getting a no from Q here.
Period. Ever.
They do not stack.
There
Okay.
you go.
So you killed 3.
Same team, Stella.
You killed 3, but you do get your temporary hit points equal to your charisma modifier plus warlock level. So I don't know what your charisma mod is.
3.
3. So you get 7 bonus hit points. Temporary.
Sick.
Cool. Yeah, nice. Good thinking. Mina, well done. I don't think they noticed that. Tattooed Boy, having yelled out to the ship here. Let's see. There's an amount that exists here. 1 second. Oh no.
Don't say that.
Rude.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. I don't think you guys can see them on the map, but there seems to be a commotion on the ship, and you notice that there's more bandits up on the edge of the rails here now, looking like they're either going to start taking some shots.
Oh god.
Or start jumping down. They are not actively in the fight yet, but they have been alerted to your presence. It was mentioned that they're being paid for this, so I don't know what you guys want to do about this. Okay. It is now Mina, it is the end of your turn. What would you like to do?
I think probably gonna stay. Oh, no. I guess stabilizing somebody would be a full action, hey? She can't heal people.
Stabilizing is a full action, yes.
Full
You would
action.
make a medicine check and you at a DC 10.
If I wanted to yell out at these new boys, would that be an action, or would you count as
Depending
a
on what you're
bonus
trying to
action?
do. Talking is a free action. If you're attempting to persuade them of something, it's an action. Anytime there's a dice roll involved, unless it specifies bonus action, it tends to be an action.
All right. No, Mina's gonna stay put, but look very concerned about Malia. Actually, you know what? She's gonna say, "That's what you get for hurting Malia." And she's gonna say
Is checking a backpack a free action?
that.
No.
Shit.
No. I mean, you'd have to dig through a backpack.
Yeah.
You have 6 seconds. Not super free. Okay. It is now the Marrow's turn, and it, slithers up, crushing the body of the dead bandit below its slithery bulk, and it lashes out with its harpoon directly at Cry here. Does a 14 hit you?
Yeah.
Okay, it does 13 piercing damage.
Ooh.
You must succeed on a strength contest.
Oh god. Okay, let's do the 13 first.
Come on, Cry. Come on.
Oh my god, I'm so stressed. My baby don't deserve this, huh? Okay, you ready?
Absolutely.
It's just a strength saving throw, you said?
Yep. Strength contest.
Oh.
So whatever's if it's in athletics, if you have let's say you had proficiency in athletics, I'd say athletics.
Nope.
But I think your strength save is the same as for your regular strength check.
Yeah.
Okay, so you beat it. You're able to extricate yourself from the harpoon.
Oh my god.
As after it slams itself into you, and it gives you your blood dripping off the. Well,
No blood.
no blood. It looks curiously at the harpoon.
It's
but
wine.
You are very,
It's whatever
hurt.
wine was still in my body since it's not circulating. It's just alcohol.
Yeah, just alcohol pours out since it's liquid. Where are you recording your health?
on my this.
On your character sheet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that wrong?
It didn't show updated. I was just wondering. No, you're good. It's just so I know the number. Okay. That is, I don't think he has a bonus action.
Probably doesn't. He probably doesn't though. But I don't think he does. But I don't think he does.
He doesn't. He doesn't. Malia, can you make a death saving throw for me, please?
No!
That is a natural 1, and is 2 failures.
No. No.
I just want everyone to remember they had the surprise and threw it away.
Joel, shut up!
Malia, please mark 2 failed death saves.
Okay.
No.
No.
Oh my god, what do I have? Fuck.
Tune in next episode where we meet Malia's sister, Talia.
Talia.
Okay, and hang on. I now have 1, 2. 5, 6, 8. More bandits appear at the edge of the ship.
We're fucked.
Looking down, seeing what the ruckus is. One of them standing at the edge. Cry, it is your turn. He's just talking, so just give it.
Oh my god.
He's talking down here to the tattooed guy. He goes, "Hey, what's going on down there?" He goes, "What am I paying you for? You get a gold piece apiece, and you aren't even down here to protect us. Kill them!" And he's like, "Oh, right, yes, lads, crossbows."
Oh.
Cry, it is your turn.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I have nothing. Fuck.
I just want to say I loved playing with all of you. It's been fun.
Yeah, this was fun. I'm just gonna try it. Cry. Looking back on how charismatic Malia has been and what she would do in this situation. Also how kind of rich she is right now. She's gonna look up at the bandits and say, "I'll give you 2 if you kill that guy."
Looks down at you. 5 gold pieces apiece, and we'll do whatever you want.
Okay.
All right, lads, crossbows! And you see they all shift them over to the marrow and to the tattooed dwarf on the ground. Whoa, hey, wait, whoa, we agree. We had an agreement. You wrote your name on a sheet of paper that said you work for me. And he's up there, he's like, gold is gold. And an X isn't a signature, you illiterate fuck. You now note that there are
How many do you
fuck ton of bandits up here. There's 8 total
Oh god,
up on
how
the
many do we have
edges
to
here.
pay them?
5.
It's 40 gold pieces total.
Okay.
We've got some gold bars to sell, right?
You've got money elsewhere. I wouldn't worry about it. But yeah, they
For whatever
all have
reason,
it.
Varys has 85 gold on him, so I could pay this right now.
You just pay them right now.
This is the thing, I have 76 on me, so I was like, I got money. Like, I pay you.
The marrow looks up at all of these crossbows that are just trained on. And he looks back at the tattooed guy, and he's getting up off the ground, and he's like, fuck. Get your fishy ass out of here. We gotta go. Cry, that is you did your persuading. You basically threw money at them. They're totally down for it. Each of the bandits here, wait, hang on. Only one of these is alive, so let me delete the other ones.
You're welcome.
They're all gone. The other bandits have all of them trained there, and the guy that seems to be leading them here goes, "Hey, you want us to kill them anyway, or you just won't let them go?"
Cry's gonna look over at Mina.
I don't know.
She's gonna. Can I do an insight check on the fish boy?
On the fish.
Just because
Sure.
I remember he got paid.
Well, so here's the deal. You did your action. It was persuading them to fight with you. An insight check is going to be another thing that you have to do. Talking is a free action, but like technically, this discussion, things would have already have happened, right? So I'm letting you do this
Kill
as
the
players
bandit.
to figure out what you want to do.
Fire!
Kill him.
Okay, so this they start shooting. Nazca goes right after this guy. The first one is here, and he shoots down at the fish. It's who he sees right now, right? So he shoots his light crossbow down at the fish. Yep, it hits him. And he deals 7 piercing damage. The fish, harpooned with another piece of metal and wood, hits him and goes, and it looks like he's gonna try and bolt here in a second. Tattooed guy has gotten up, and he is making a run for it. Let's see how far he can. He is that 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yep. He leaps off the dock towards the back and dives into the water.
Oh, shit.
And is gone.
Toodles.
You can attempt to chase him at some point, but yeah, there you go. The other bandits up here on top are just going to start pelting the fish man with arrows. So the second one shoots. This one is deflected off the scaly hide, and then it is Varys' turn. Varys, your friend is dying in front of you. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna scoot over to where Malia is and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh,
Absolutely. Cast it.
I click it. Go. Do a thing.
It
At
probably
level.
brought up a thing at a level, so it brought up a pop-up somewhere
I'm
for you to
not
choose
seeing
a
it.
level.
It might be
it might
under
be-
your character.
Oh, there we go.
sheet.
Yeah, I will cast it at go. Do it.
Yeah, so Malia, Varys' hand touches you, and you and you smell the salty air mixed with the ash from the fire that burned a year ago, and there's yelling and crossbow bolts flying, and you smell fish for some reason.
This is a strange dream.
But you are conscious and alive, so welcome back to the world of the living. Varys, is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
There's not a whole hell of a lot because that was my action, so I can't
Correct, yeah.
shoot the fish. So yeah, I'm just gonna cover my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. So Molly, I'll take this little marker off of you, but you are still, you are still prone. So you're still on the ground here, so I'll give you that secondary marker. The bandits continue to lay into the fish because they can. That shouldn't have been a scimitar, it should have been a crossbow, but that's fine. It does 1d8. I'm just gonna roll it for the damage. So it does 7 more piercing damage. The fish is a pincushion now and is bleeding this somewhat bluish blood down all of its scales. And it warbles out somewhat weakly. How many more? 1, 2. All of those hit. Yeah, the fish becomes a pincushion, and you watch as the life from its eyes drains, and it dies in front of you, filled with crossbow bolts. And just imagine that could have been you. The fight dies down. Malia, you find yourself kind of maybe leaning up on your elbows there, coughing up some of the blood from the crossbow bolts in your own chest, but alive. Thanks to these bandits, I guess.
Malia lays back down.
The bandits hop down off the ship here.
Hop, hop, hop.
And they're all eyeing you suspiciously. Crossbows still drawn, aimed at you. And the one in the back moves forward. I'm gonna go ahead and move this guy off the thing here so we can actually see. Moves forward. And he says, "All right, we helped you." Holds out his hand. Now about that payment.
Can Cry count?
Oh, can she count? She's gonna
She's gonna take it off you.
She's gonna take her gold pouch off of her and hand it to Mina to count. Yeah.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mina's gonna count out the 40. It was 40 gold, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's gonna take her very empty pouch, put 40 gold in it, and truck it over to the bandits. And give the rest back to Cry.
You do notice that some of the bandits take note of the extra gold in those pouches. The extra clinking and jingling. And
don't try
those
it,
of you that
bitch.
are a little bit more insightful, note there is greed in some of those eyes. So you throw the pouch to the leader, and he catches it and he says, "Never let it be said that the crew of the Kraken's Folly won't come to the aid of someone in need. All right, lads, back on deck." And each of them kind of like make their way up the boxes and things to the side, back up onto the deck. Some of them with longing looks towards the easy pickings down on the docks.
I think Mina's just gonna let like a bit of a crackle go through her fingertips, just like from her spells previously.
Sure, yeah. A little intimidation tactic, maybe?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And you do so, but it seems one or two take note of it, but they don't seem too perturbed. You think that they think they have the numbers here and probably the advantage. But that's the combat. So, what would you guys like to do?
Malia, are you all right?
Do we have any wine?
I don't think we brought any with us this time. Are you able to heal yourself?
Yes, I do have these crossbow bolts sticking out of me.
Maybe remove those.
And Cry also has a gaping wound in her front from where a large barbed javelin slammed into her. But she doesn't seem to be bleeding. So...
Malia says, help me and I'll help Cry. And she's going to get the bolts out of her with some help from her friends, hopefully.
Yeah, sure,
and then...
yeah. Hopefully not like that, but yeah, sure.
And then
yeah,
cast
you know
Cure
the
Wounds.
one that hit you like the hardest up in the shoulder is pierced all the way through. You have to like
we're
clip.
gonna push that one all the way through and pull it out the other side.
Oh my god.
You note that it's got like barbs on it, right? So you have to like clip the end, right? Where the metal is, and then clip the back side of it where the hold is and pull the piece of wood through. Yeah.
It's gross and awful in all sorts of ways.
Yeah, it is. But luckily you have magic to heal the holes in your body.
So
Otherwise this would
one will be
much
for me?
worse. Okay.
That's 16.
I said give you this.
And
I gave you
then-
sneak attack. That's interesting. But 16 total healing there.
Oh, let me turn off sneak attack.
That's funny.
And then I will
I
heal
damaged
Cry.
myself by healing. I'm sneaky. I'm so
You're so
sneaky.
sneaky.
So this
I
is at
didn't
level
expect that.
2 for Cry. It's a 13.
Ooh.
All right, so 13 for Cry.
Thanks, Mom.
Awesome. And that puts her right back up to full.
And I'm back to full too.
And you're back to full too. So you watch as what does your healing magic look like?
Yeah, there's lots of sparkles. It's very over the top. There might be a faint scent of rose water kind of in the air. And the little sparkles kind of take the shape of tiny flower petals, and it just kind of like whisks down very gently.
Ooh,
They just
I
like-
love that.
As they kiss the wounds, they begin to seal up.
I feel like I'm in a Sephora right now.
Yeah, it's actually it's weird because it penetrates through the smell of like the salt in the air and the ash from the burning, and just it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. As you collect yourselves here, you hear a voice. Looks like the door that was trying to be bashed open is open slightly, and we get our camera view of like into the crack, and we see an older woman peeking out, and you hear a hello out there. I heard such a commotion. Anyone? And the door opens up a little more, and you see an older woman. Here, I can actually show you what she looks like.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Little old lady.
She is something.
Oh.
This is Grinda Garloth.
Why does she have a robot spider?
You'll find out.
Don't worry about it.
On the next episode of DieFall Presents Waterdeep Dragon Heist. Yay! That's our time for today, guys. I super duper appreciate everyone being here. Yeah, we'll be meeting Grinda Garloth in the next episode. We will also see if there's any issues with not accepting the invitation from Istrid Horn and the Zentarum of who you supposedly work for. We'll see how that all goes as well. So thank you, players, for being here for this. This was a lot of fun. I'm super glad we got to play. And holy frick, I love me some D&D.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I super appreciate everyone that's come in here and followed and watched and done all the things. If you're new to the channel here, please do head on over to the YouTube or catch up in podcast form if you'd like. That's how you find out all of the other stuff on this channel. And we're going to do some shout outs for all of our cast members here, so you can find out where to find them. No Dice Mike, where can the people find you at?
They can find me at the newly renovated nodicemike.com. Right there, it'll give you links to Patreon, commissions, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Everywhere that you can find me is all located in one convenient location, nodicemike.com. You can also go to rhodesdream.com. That's RHODES dream.com, and pick up one of those Dustin Rhodes t-shirts that we talked about at the top of the show.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And I'll add that. I didn't know you had your website updated, so I'll add that for the next show. Thank you, Mike.
Only did it this week. Only finished it this week, so yeah.
Good. Stella, where can the people find you at?
Hey cuties, I am Stella Luna here on Twitch. I do variety streaming, various kinds of doodling, emoji doodling, fun doodling, and we do D&D at my channel. Do you like dogs? Do you like outer space? Do you like Pokemon? There's D&D for that. And come check us out.
Awesome, thank you very much. Dungeon Dame, where can the people find you at?
Hey guys, you can find me here on Twitch at Dungeon_Dame, over on Twitter or Instagram. Same name, and I generally paint miniatures. I've been a little away from it recently, but I'm getting back at it this week, so make sure you come check it out. Otherwise, you can find me on this D&D stream, also Stella's Dark Matter stream, and occasionally, once a month, Kim is going to be running a D&D stream as well that I am also on. So,
awesome, thank you. And last but not least, Bravo.
It's five R's.
Sure.
Yes, it's me. It's Bravo. You can find me over on Twitter, Instagram. That same thing. It is all the same. It's Bravo with 5 R's. BRRRRRAVO. Sorry about that. On Wednesdays at 6:30 PST over at Nick Kibble channel, we do an NPC lab where we create NPCs and monsters. Last week it was Danny DeVito as a halfling, a stout halfling, and his arcane focus were his toes. So we modeled him after a beholder, and at each toe has its own ray of power, and it was very fun. So you can come join us on those days. Suggest more NPCs for us to make as well. Monsters. It's really, really fun. As well, I just got all my art station totally updated, so until I can figure out how to stream an iPad capture, I will be back to streaming art and stuff. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Hi, I'm RunawayRobot, also Joel. I am your resident DM here for DieFall shows, except for, the only other one that we do that Rob DMs. I do variety streaming here on Twitch as well as Dungeons & Dragons content. So this is the thing. And thank you everyone for the follow. I do want to say that tonight we broke 800 followers, and that's super freaking awesome. So thank you guys. I much appreciate it. Thank you. That all being said, I think the show is not on next week, Dungeon Dame. Not on next week.
I'm at a wedding. Sorry.
She has had weddings to go to all summer. It's like, this is what happens when you have friends outside of the internet. I don't understand how that works.
This one's a family wedding, to be fair. The one that's coming up next weekend.
Who needs family anyways?
Hey, whoa.
But this week, tomorrow, if you're following me on Twitter and on Discord, I kind of have like a super secret thing happening around 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But I can't announce it, so it will happen as it happens, and then hopefully you guys can all jump over to that. I'll also be streaming on Tuesday. And then we have our other campaign, DieFall Cyprus on Thursday, where I play Reko Syndrome, the Dragonborn Barbarian. And our DM is bonus stage Rob. I think that's about it for us tonight. Again, guys, if you want to get caught up on everything here, head on over to the YouTube, head on to the podcast stuff. Please leave us reviews on iTunes and things because it always helps us. And last but not least, if you want to get connected with the community, head on over to the Discord. We have a public discussion channel where all the cast members hang out and art and stuff gets posted too, and it's a lot of fun. I do appreciate everyone being here tonight, and until next time, later.